Hello there, Assassins, and welcome to episode 27 of Rally the Creed Live. We are a Assassin's Creed community podcast focusing on the content creators within the space. We cover news coverage and everything related to the franchise. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone who supported the show in 2025. We've had so many great guests on and conversations so far in the series. And I want to give a big shout out to our editor, Charlie, the Assassin Lord, for his efforts recently. We've got a new intro, new thumbnails, new video clips and images will feature going forward. So we've really upped our game this year. So yeah, I want to give him a massive shout out. Also, remember guys, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube. 84% of our listeners on YouTube aren't subscribed yet. So it really helps us out in trying to grow the channel and get this podcast out to as many people as possible. Before we continue, I also wanted to announce that Sisterly Thrower, a member of the ones who came before and our resident streamer for the team, him and his partner have welcomed their first child into the world today. So a massive congratulations to him and his wife, and from us to you, we send all the love and all the support possible. Tonight, I'm joined by my co-host and team leader of the ones who came before, Cole. Welcome in.
Thank you very much. All right, guys.
But we are also joined tonight by a content creator who has become a recognizable and respected voice in the Assassin's Creed community for his Assassin's Creed analysis and news videos. He's a content creator who's best known for his YouTube videos, but also for becoming a source of Assassin's Creed conversations over on X. Please welcome returning guest and friend of the show, Higgs, formerly known as Hangry Higgs. Welcome back to Rally the Creed. It's great to have you on the show. And here are some of the topics that we will be discussing. We'll be talking about your rebranding, your YouTube journey. We'll be talking about Mark Alexis Cote suing Ubisoft. We'll be talking about the fan favorite pitching an Assassin's Creed game. We'll also be talking about Ubisoft's Restructure and many, many more. So before we get into all of that, Higgs, how are you doing? Did you have a good Christmas?
Oh, hello guys. Yeah, it was busy, as I think everyone's was. So yeah, just spending time with family and
Nice.
Other than that, mate, yeah, just plodding along.
Oh, good. So in the intro, we mentioned that you're now just Higgs.
Yes.
So you dropped the Hangry. Any particular reason?
Yes. No, I always go by Higgs.
Yeah.
It's just shortened for my surname. So, and yeah, hangry was just a thing. I always used to get hangry when we used to be out and about, getting hungry and stuff. But I just wanted to shorten it down a little bit and just, yeah, that's it really.
Yeah.
Just shorten it just to Higgs.
So what's your TikTok and YouTube journey been like since we were last on the show? Because you were one of our first guests in this iteration of the podcast. So how has everything changed for you in the last 6 months? I think it's been.
It's good. It's the YouTube. It's mainly YouTube. I'll concentrate on. I'm still growing. There has been a little bit of a dip because the algorithm's just totally crapped on me since I got that ban.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to talk about that as
We'll
well.
be talking about that later as well.
Mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that obviously doesn't matter how long the ban is, if it's an hour, a day, it just totally, it does jolt your channel. But prior to that, everything's going great. I'm just now getting through more of the AC games, like the better ones now, as I'm going to call them, like the beginning ones.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just putting videos out and hopefully by the end of the year, I've got a goal, 10K, which I think I'll hit because I've just been reading like me analytics and stuff, analytics. So yeah, it's going good. Getting bigger on X as well now.
I see you're posting a lot on X. It's great to see, and your YouTube videos have done, even after your YouTube incident. I think the videos are doing really well. I'm liking the little intro that you're doing at the beginning as well. It's really good that we get to see your face and stuff before we get into the video. I think that's a really cool thing to do.
Yeah, I think that's part of like branding as well.
Yeah.
Like I know you got massive creators and they stick their faces on thumbnails. That's something I'm not doing yet because I'm a realist. I'm not that level where my face is my brand. Like that's because I'm just not that big. But I want to add a bit of a personal touch in the videos now and just kind of want to go. I want to step back a bit from just scripting absolutely everything. I like sitting there and just winging it and chatting about a franchise we love because you don't need a script for that. So I've just gone into sort of like more bullet points on the screen and then just sitting back and vibing, and I'm liking that so far.
Nice.
That's good. We both watched 2 of your videos today, by the way, Higgs, and yeah, I thought the same. It's really cool that you can just go in now without a script and just be comfortable to do that, because that takes a special kind of content creator. You're not depending on every written word. You are just giving your honest take on things. That's really good to see.
Yeah, I do feel I feel a lot more comfortable now. But like you say, when you do rely on a script all of the time, sometimes, I think when you do want to show your face, you can't, unless you buy like a teleprompter and stuff like that, which is just a lot of money. You just not, you need to be looking in the camera. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I just love sitting down now and just chatting in my videos, adding a bit of personal touch.
That's great. One thing I would say, Higgs, as well, I think like there is something about the curse of Higgs as well. I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but since you've mentioned that your YouTube channel was brought down by YouTube and like censored and all that, every single episode we've aired since mentioning that has had some kind of censorship warning from TikTok, and I've just had one now. This is the 3rd episode in a row where it's come up with like an attempt to censor us, and it's only happened since we mentioned YouTube trying to censor you. So you are cursed.
I'm so sorry.
No,
AI.
I wanted to also say that when you posted that your account had been banned, I've never seen the collective of an entire community on a single platform instantly messaged, like tagged. There were so many posts and stuff.
Yeah.
Tagging YouTube saying, "Sort this out. What the hell is going on?" Da, 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 da. There were so many, and I think that shows how respected you are in the community. I think that you should take some. You say that you're not that well known yet, but I think you are. I think that showed how much you are and how everyone values your opinion on this franchise. It works really well.
Yeah, I did. I really did appreciate that because I went round my mum's and I was just sitting there having a cup of tea with her, and then I was like, oh, what, YouTube Studios? Like a notification popped up, and I was like, I don't think I've uploaded, and then it just said your account has been permanently banned due to hate speech, and I was like, what? I chat about Assassin's Creed, and then it totally just blanked all of my channel. It was just deleted it there and then, and then 2-3 hours later, a human got hold of it and was like, come on AI, you've done something bad here, but. That was the line it took. We permanently banned it due to hate speech and upsetting minorities. And I was like,
what?
Okay. So I tried laughing it off at first, but then I was a bit panicked because I was like, what's going on here? Templars, getting in on the action, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say Templars trying to Abstergo trying to close you down.
Yeah. It is bad though, because I mean, if you've got like a creator that this is their full-time job and that just comes out of the blue, like click of a finger, like and it does damage your algorithm. So I've been uploading more than usual right now, and that is in an effort just to get the numbers like where I want them again, which they're getting back up there now.
So with that that's happened, what are your what are your personal achievements of 2025, and what is your lowest moment in 2025 in a content way?
Well, the achievement had to have been jumping into Assassin's Creed, getting my break with Shadows from Ubisoft, and just going forward with it and finding myself within the community. It's like really, really nice to kind of start growing the way I did. The lowest point, I don't know. In terms of content, I mean, apart from the ban, I would say I posted something on X went viral. I think it was like over 1 million interactions or impressions, whatever they call it, and that was about the Helix pack in Shadows, that futuristic one.
Oh yeah.
My god. Oh my god. And I got a bit narky, to be fair, because I was getting messages like threatening me and my family, and I was like, "You joking?"
That's crazy.
Like, honestly, all because I posted a video of Yasuke with the gun shooting, and I was like, "Oh, this armor set's OP," because I'm more of a positive creator. I like to try and see the positives of things. Yeah, I can be critical, and I was in past week with Ubisoft, but I'm just posting something that I just thought, well, I've got this Helix pack, and I'm just saying this is cool, and then everyone just it just absolutely went, and I was like, no, I can't be doing that.
That's really scary that it can go to that level, and people can go there. That's so scary.
I mean, there's some sad people out there. That's all I'm going to say.
There is.
It's a video game.
I think this is I don't know if you saw it, Higgs, but we spoke last week and the week before about the Hidden One posted a video about the AC community right now. Mm-hmm. And I think this is the problem, is that everyone, people can say and do absolutely whatever they want online. Mm-hmm. They can just post the most randomest of things. They can message you privately. They can do all these things, and all you're doing is talking about a game series that you like, or whatever it might be. But the amount of grief and hassle that you get for it is actually insane. It's crazy, and sometimes it just makes you want to go, "Why do I bother doing this? What's the point in all of this?"
But I think as a creator, when you go through that moment for the first time, it just, after that, you either just step back and just don't bother no more, or you just think bollocks. I'm just gonna whatever. You keep living an angry life over a video game or franchise or whatever. I'm just gonna keep being me and just posting what I enjoy, and I just don't listen to it no more, because the way I look at it now, I'm like, would you talk to me like that if you saw me face to face in the street? And I'm not inciting violence or nothing. But what I'm saying is 11 times out of 10, no, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
you wouldn't.
You just wouldn't. Yeah, I agree.
You
People
wouldn't.
hide behind the profile pictures and usernames, and they think it's okay to say these things.
Yeah, that tweet, I mean, it was seen by big names in the whole gaming community. It was a baptism of fire. That's what I'll call it. I got through it though. We're still here.
It's actually insane. So we've briefly talked about your scathing with YouTube AI. Mm-hmm. Do you know which video it was that got the ban? Or
no, they didn't tell me what video it was. They just said my content, and that was it. There was no review. There was no review or nothing. It was just, you're permanently banned. Now appeal it. That's all they said.
Wow, that's insane. Scary. Yeah, very scary. And like you said, if it's someone that's someone's livelihood depends on this, and then you get the notification that one of your avenues of income is gone, then what are you going to do? Like you're just going to. It's really difficult to think about, especially if you use multiple platforms and you're monetized on all of them, and that one gets taken away. I'm pretty sure if the algorithm, is already messing up your views already, it's definitely going to mess up with a monetized view. And what happens then if it gets banned and then you have to? It seems weird that they would do such a thing as well.
It's crazy, and the reason why it frustrated me, I did, and when I appealed it, you obviously appeal it to the YouTube team, so you're appealing it to a human, and I was like, this is like bang out of order. Like AI, again, seeing the positives, AI can be useful. There are uses for AI. Like, let's pretend there isn't, but in that instance, you can't have an AI bot just thinking, oh, here's a content creator chatting about a build in an Assassin's Creed game. Yes, I'm going to be talking about like swinging at enemies with a sword. Like, that's not me inciting like hatefulness. And but what happened was, like, my CTR rate, which is my click-through rate, before the ban was averaging around 7.5%, which is
wow,
like, it's amazing. It's amazing. And then the videos after that, 2%. Like it proper done me in. Wow. Yeah, mad.
Yeah, it's
drop-off's massive.
Massive.
I don't know if you post on here often, but I've had it a few times when I'm posting on here. It's like, oh, you can't post this because you're inciting violence. Like, you're not. You're just. And again, I assume it's an AI that's doing this. And
we've had that on this podcast already at the start.
I got the notification up. I got the notification up on the screen.
Wild. I've appealed it and it's gone now.
It's like, what?
AI's out of control, man.
AI shouldn't be in control of these sort of things when it comes to policing channels, because context is everything. We were talking in the pre-show that on last week's episode, we were talking about a video that Calvin had done for Assassin's Creed Day, where he was basically put a foot in his mouth, in his face, right? And it was really weird, and we were talking about it, and I got a notification to say that I should stop kink shaming people on here. It was really weird. It's like, but there's context to this. Like, we were saying, do you think that Ezio is a foot guy? And we were having a conversation about it, and I got a notification up to say you shouldn't be kink shaming it. It's like, come on, context is everything. You should not be having AI sort these things out.
It's crazy. I mean, I won't say names, but you'll probably know who I'm talking about. Like, big gaming YouTubers, like massive gaming YouTubers, and all they talk about is all the politics in gaming and woke, anti-woke, or whatever. And I'm like, you're going to pull me up and ban me for hateful speech? Sorry, just because I haven't got 3-4 million subscribers and I don't generate you like 300 grand a month. Like, come on. It's mad.
It's crazy. Mm-hmm. So we tend to talk about we do a section now where we talk about any stories that have happened to us throughout the week leading up to the podcast, because me and Cole, we talk relatively day to day, but we keep some things back for the show. So Cole, I want to know about your Assassin's Creed items that you've got on the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks since we last properly spoke, hasn't it? Because you had Calvin last week.
Yeah.
I feel like I've literally not stopped since I last spoke to you. I've been taking down wardrobes. I've been walking miles and miles. I've been in the loft boarding. I've just been doing all the house jobs, and every day has been like just full of madness. But to answer your question, new AC items. I had a 5-week pay, which was very nice. I picked up from Paladin the Ezio Brotherhood Gauntlet coffee mug, like Thermos mug, so really cool.
Nice.
Got a few more things in my watch list as well, which I might pick up as well. I'll tell you in a minute about the merchandise price drop that we've been discussing recently, but I did have a few stories that I wanted to let you know on the show. And
go for it.
Yeah, like James said, I always hold them back because I always like to see live reactions to just the madness that goes on in my life. So on payday, we went to Lidl, which is a UK supermarket. I think it's based in Germany, but you guys will know the one. Went there, and I don't know if you've heard of Paw Patrol. It's like a kid's show about dogs, right? So my little boy is 3, and he loves Sky, who's the little pink dog. So I thought, I'll get him this little figure, right? So I picked it up. He was at nursery and I had work, so I just left it in the corner of the room for him. And I go to work and I get a message off his mum saying that someone had already opened that box, taken out the little figure and replaced it with padding. So when I took it to the till, thinking it weighs absolutely fine, someone had already sneakily gone in this box, took the dog figure out, and somehow like stealthily taped it all back down. And this was like a £4 toy, right, from Lidl. So I was not expecting this. And now my little lad opens it up and he's like, "Where's Sky?"
No.
Tragic.
That's an emergency.
My dad's just bought me an empty box.
So it was like we had like the plane that the dog rides in, but we didn't have the dog. So I know the next day his mum after work managed to go and get an exchange. It was lucky I kept the receipt because I normally bin them straight away. But I was like, who's stealing from Lidl like little tiny figurines? Like, what's going on there?
The amount of times that I've gone into Lidl and there's something missing out of a box somewhere, and it's always like the top of the box and something's just taken out, and it's
I felt sorry for my little lad, and I was just happy that there was one to exchange it for, because you imagine that was the last one and he didn't get the little dog. And the thing is, because it's like a certain shape to fit in the plane that it comes with, right, I wouldn't have been able to replace it unless I got that exact figure. So it would have just been an empty plate. Anyhow, we managed to fix that one, which was a nightmare. And while I'm speaking about my 3-year-old, he's getting into bad habits. So as of the other day, we've been emptying his bag after nursery every day, and we've been opening it, and he's been taking things home from nursery. So we've never taught him any of this, by the way. We're good parents, but he has started stealing from his nursery.
That's brilliant. What's he been taking?
Good. So we're talking about like things off the wall that are laminated. So there was a fish that's been laminated and put on the wall. So things that are difficult to replace, really, not from like a financial point of view, but time and effort. Like you'd have to print it off, laminate it, and cut the shape of a fish. So I'll be taking that back tomorrow with an apology. And some more notes off the wall. And he produces it and says, "Oh, this is from nursery." And it's like, why do you have this from the nursery wall? You can't take that. So we're trying to drill into him that stealing's not okay.
Yeah, that's.
But now he's had it happen to him with the Paw Patrol dog. Maybe he'll understand. The thing is, it starts off with a little thing off the wall, then it's someone's purse. You know what I mean?
And you see
it's
a slippery slope, and yeah.
So shocking behaviour. And in terms of Assassin's Creed, I've been really busy behind the scenes, obviously organising my last few episodes before baby's here. So I've been trying to line up the next 5 or 6 episodes. Got some exciting guests on the way. Going to need some stand-in guests as well, because we've had a few people which couldn't make the times work. So just planning in advance. And today I actually started listening to AC Johnny's podcast, Beneath the Hood, because I know he's taken a lot of heat recently. But it's funny, when you listen to the podcast, he's so positive. So it's really interesting. Obviously, he's been called out recently for like negative takes and stuff. But honestly, if you listen to his podcast on Spotify, he is so positive and really interesting. Their podcast is more focused on history and the real history of Assassin's Creed. So I was really enjoying it today, and I listen to a lot of podcasts in work. It makes the day go a lot quicker. But yeah, big shout out to Beneath the Hood and AC Johnny and Bubba, because honestly, their podcast is really great. And I feel like people see the clips of these guys and they think, oh, negative, and obviously there's the video which came out recently. But yeah, you'll get a real perspective of like their passion and love for Assassin's Creed if you listen to that. So I highly recommend on that one. And then the other thing is, In previous episodes, we've mentioned the 6-foot Connor statue, which James was interested in purchasing for his wedding after he won that money, but sadly it was a no from the missus, which is understandable. It is currently sitting at £3,800. Well, £200 has come off it. It was originally £4,000, so big price drop on this, guys. £204 has come off this. It's now only £3,882.70.
Only
the life-size Conor Rathmhageddon statue.
Just saying,
so get it while it's there.
So I approached her when it was over £4,000. I approached her this morning in the car to say that it had been reduced by £200. She's still saying no, but I think it would look really great inside Warwick Castle when we get married.
Yeah,
Connor guarding the door. I think it would look really good, but
it's huge as well, by the
apparently
way.
It's a no.
We'll get a picture on screen for you guys now that we do prompts, but it's a huge statue and it's such a presence where it would look really intimidating if you just put it behind you, James, like he's watching you.
If I have a big enough office, it can just go behind me. It'd be great.
Yeah, we'll put him in the garden. But yeah, that's what I've been up to since the last 2 weeks. But it's been a week since you last were on the show, James. What have you been up to?
So before we get into what I've been up to this week, there is a picture somewhere, I'm sure I've seen, of a Ubisoft office or something, and there is a life-size Connor in the office. So it is a big piece, and I think it would work really well. Just saying, it would work really well. So for me, not a lot really. I predominantly do my stuff on TikTok. I have branched out into YouTube, but while I was live on TikTok, I had someone tell me that Assassin's Creed Origins is too Egyptian. And I can't get over this take. I just can't get over it. I really can't. It's all I can think about. I'm like, if we can criticize the game, fine. Let's just, if the writing's bad or the combat, the leveling system or whatever it might be, but to say that the Egyptian game is too Egyptian is crazy. And then I've had people in my comments be like, "Oh, I've played AC2 and I think it's too Italian. I've played this and it's too American." And it's like, those are hilarious. But this guy actually, he 100% believes that it's too Egyptian. Like he hated it so much. Isn't it? And it's like, you can't. I don't understand. Like, this is crazy talk. This is wild. And to think I've heard crazy takes before when it comes across Assassin's Creed, but that it's too Egyptian is just wild. It's just actually wild. And this is the kind of people that you have on TikTok, by the way. So you miss out on all of this great stuff, Higgs, by not posting. I don't think it is rage baiting now, because I think he 100% agreed that this was the right take, and this was because he gave valid he gave valid options. His other three, so there's 3 reasons why he didn't like it. So it's too Egyptian. The armor was bad, and I somewhat agree, and that you can't have. He doesn't like camels, and only likes horses. Those were his 3 reasons. It's like, oh my god, okay. You do realise that you can have horses in Origins, right? It's not strictly camels only, but yeah, he absolutely 100% thought that this was the right thing to say.
This sounds like a real critical thinker. This is the ultimate review of Assassin's Creed Origins.
This is what Ubisoft is missing. This is why they've done the whole restructure, because there's people like this that need to be on their team thinking about this sort of thing. Yeah. But other than that, on to something else. We we needed something to do the other day, so we took the kids to Sherwood Forest, which is in Nottingham, which is really good. There was an event going on that we didn't know about, which scared the children. There was a thing called the Return of Krampus. I don't know if anyone knows what Krampus is. It's supposed to be like the evil Father Christmas, like takes naughty children or whatever it is. Well, there was full-grown men and women with massive, scary masks on with blood hanging off them and horns and all sorts, banging drums. And they were but they were walking kids from one end of the forest through to the other, all in shackles, banging the drums, walking these kids through and then giving them back to their parents. It was really weird. It scared my youngest. She was absolutely petrified. So that was good. And then we got further on into the forest, and we got to see some actors that were portraying Robin Hood, Friar Tuck, and Little John. And the girls actually got a chance to wear some helmets, and some one got to hold an axe and one got to hold a sword. It was really good. So it was really good fun. If anyone wants to go, I suggest going. It's free, but it's great fun to go around. It's really, really enjoyable. And we've also been to the Sea Life Centre yesterday in Birmingham, and we went to a museum and stuff. That was pretty cool. We like a bit of history.
Never done the Birmingham one. I've done the Edinburgh one, and I've done the Blackpool Sea Life, and they're quite good. We've
done Plymouth when we went to Cornwall last year. That one was not very good. It cost us like £90 to get in, and you were literally done in like 20 minutes. It was really bad. But the one in Birmingham, that's really good. That's pretty big, and you could do it in about 45 minutes if you rushed. An hour.
Whereabouts are you based, Higgs, in the UK? I forget.
I'm in Kent.
You're in Kent?
Yeah, so nearest Sea Life for us would be Brighton.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go London. Yeah. Jesus.
No, not a London guy?
No, don't like London. Not now. No.
My partner doesn't like London. In actual fact, we're taking my youngest to London next week on Saturday for her birthday present. We're going to the Natural History Museum, so that would be quite
brilliant
fun. So
I've been there a few times. It's really, really good.
Yeah, we
took our boy there, and he loved it. It's really good.
So, Higgs, is there anything that you've been up to this week that you?
No.
No.
Pumping out
videos.
Pumping out videos. Well, two weekends ago, my wife had booked us some pottery making. Like we went to this farm, and this lady, she's got her own little business there, and it was like with like clay. So we had to make like cups, like make a cup. It was quite an experience, actually. Can't say I'm very, happy with my mug. It was quite it was really therapeutic, actually.
Yeah, you watched the Xbox Direct, right? From what So what do you think of, talking about pottery, what do you think about Kiln that was announced? I don't know if you've seen it, Cole.
I was asleep.
But it's like a pottery multiplayer game where you can create a character, and it's like a pottery first, and
it's not something that I would play. I mean, I'll probably have a bit of fun with it with my boy.
Yeah,
I think it's one of those types of
games.
Definitely.
It's like a Smash.
It's something new, so yeah. I mean, it wasn't my type of thing, but definitely it's something new. So it looked fun.
But
other than that, no, I've just been plodding along. I've had a bit of a bad couple of weeks, like mentally and stuff. So I've just been trying to level myself out and just get back on my feet. So just trying to go out. Started walking a lot more. Just driving to like a park, and we live in a village, so we've got loads of fields and stuff. So just going to start like getting out in nature a lot more.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So we're going to move on to news next. So obviously there was the big announcement that Ubisoft is restructuring, announcing their earnings call. They've cancelled 6 games, delayed 7 as a major company reset. They've said that it's part of their strategic decision to refocus their portfolio, which has also led to max exodus of employees and all sorts. There's obviously they've closed studios as well, with the expecting of more studios to and more layoffs to come. What are your thoughts on them, guys? How do you feel about this entire restructure and what's happening right now?
For you, Higgs, you've made a really great video on this. You're best to kick this off, I reckon.
Yeah, so I think I mean, the restructure, it's something different, and it could be a good thing for the franchise. It could be, but time will tell, I suppose. But in terms of like the new creative houses, Tencent, they've worked with some really good franchises before. I know they're like a corporation, like mobile games and stuff, but they've put a lot of money into this Vantage Studios. My only worry is this, and I keep coming back to this $1 billion brand, and that worries me about AC content. Like, so it really does concern me because they haven't outlined what that means.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
Is my connection bad, or is it the stream?
I'm okay here.
I mean, I've got. Yeah, it says I'm doing. Yeah,
we'll just cut this.
Just kept
Charlie
buffering.
So I did see someone post that. I don't know if they're correct or not, but do they mean that each franchise in that house one is $1 million, or do they $1 billion? Sorry, or do they mean all 3 of them? Like $1 billion annually for all 3, or do they just mean individually? Because I think $1 billion for Assassin's Creed is a very, very tall ask.
I thought it was individually, so per brand. I think that when they're saying like $1 billion, I think they're talking about they want Assassin's Creed every year to be $1 billion brand. And you're right, it is a tall ask. They're going to have to probably increase prices, get rid of staff members, pump out microtransactions, like all these like toxic business practices that we don't like to see. So it'll be interesting to see what strategy they go ahead and implement, but I can't see anything positive out of it. But Higgs, this is why people love your content. You are very positive, and you have found a very positive way of looking at this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my positive way is that it could mean better games in the future. Okay, so if they're now going quality over quantity, and they're willing to cancel games like Prince of Persia, which was basically on its way to coming out. I mean, it was only a month away, wasn't it? I think something like that.
Very close. Final stages.
Mm-hmm. So if they are going down this new route, and Tencent heavily involved, and AC is at the top, like Vantage Studios, that's their number 1 creative house, then we could be getting like better games. Like, we don't need to be getting an AC game every year. I mean, we'd all like that, but I if their strategy is what they're saying it is, then that could mean better quality games in the future. The studios, so what they're saying, they've got more freedom. Like, they've got more freedom to do what they want to in terms of development. They've got their own financial structure. So if that is true, and they are left to manage their own budgets and stuff, then we could be getting better AC games. We could be going back to some of the core roots. We just don't know.
I think this is
slides here, actually. There are 5 different creative houses, the first one being Vantage Studios. So within this umbrella, you have Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. which are arguably the three most profitable Ubisoft titles. And these are the ones that Tencent are interested in. When they came in to pump money into Ubisoft, they were like, we're only really interested in these titles. Let's put it in a subsidiary. So they pushed it aside and they've made this first house. So we always knew about Vantage Studios, but then we've now got 4 others which have been added. So you've got one which focuses on shooter experience. And this is like co-op games, so like Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, The Division. You've got a third house which focuses on live experiences, so Brawlhalla, For Honor, Riders Republic, Skull and Bones, The Crew. And then you've got the fourth house, which is fantasy worlds and narrative-driven experiences. So this is things like Prince of Persia, Rayman, Anno, Beyond Good and Evil. And then finally, you've got the fifth house, which is casual and family-friendly games. So this is like Hungry Shark, Just Dance, Uno, like things like that, which are more family-friendly. So they've really looked at Ubisoft titles and split them into one of these categories. And hopefully this means more focus, because it's no longer going to be like, oh, Montreal's working on this Assassin's Creed, Bordeaux's working on this one, and it's going to be like ping-ponging across the globe. Hopefully now it's just going to be Assassin's Creed is made by this one studio, which is everywhere, all around the world, probably using platforms like Teams. You don't have to be on site at all time to work on Assassin's Creed. You can be wherever. I know they've always had like contributing studios in the past, like Sofia will work on this thing, or Bulgaria will work on another thing. But now, hopefully, under Vantage Studios, they can all focus and just work on Assassin's Creed. That's what they need, really, direction and focus, and hopefully that's what this can bring.
Yeah, I
think it will. I think that's the aim. I think that's the aim of them trying to do that.
So fingers crossed with that. And then part of this as well, obviously this has caused like a massive reaction from Ubisoft. It's seen as like the ultimate cost-cutting measure. And for me, I'm a Man United fan, so I'm just seeing this as exactly what my football team are doing as well. So in the football world, a man called Jim Ratcliffe has come in and bought Manchester United along with a big company called Ineos. And the first thing they did was strip the assets from it. They fired tons of people, cost-cutting measures, and it's all about like saving money. And this is exactly what Ubisoft are about to do. Next episode, James, I reckon we'll be talking about the 2,000 people that have lost their jobs, because that is coming, and they're just preparing themselves. I mean, I've got LinkedIn on there. There are so many people who are now looking for new jobs, and they're really like jumping ship while they can before they get their redundancy. And apparently internally there's a crisis within Ubisoft now. Employees are now going onto the online servers, which is like a communication platform within the company, and they are just shaming upper management. So this is the thing, it's years of struggle and mismanagement, and now this feels like a nail in the coffin for their jobs. And it's always the smaller people at the bottom of the pecking order that suffer. And this is what I find as well, it'll be the people from like the lowest like level, they're interns, or like they've just got out of uni and they're now employed by Ubisoft, they're developers, or even people who've been there for years. No one is safe. The only people who are safe really are the people making these decisions, like Yves Guillemot and those at the top, who are looking down at the rest of them and just kicking them off the ladder. So it is really sad, in my opinion. All these people are about to be laid off, and it's really sad. And another thing, which I don't know if everyone's seen as well, with this new restructuring, you can no longer work from home for a certain amount of time. So there are parents who had a perfect balance at Ubisoft, and they're now being told they have to come into the office. We're in a post-COVID world where a lot of people find that balance is what they need. For anxiety reasons or for parental reasons, and now they're being told they have to go into the office every single day. There is no middle ground or balance, so they're looking for new jobs as well. So across the board, Ubisoft could lose between 2,000 to 3,000 employees that we know of so far. So I think it's a crazy restructuring. There's a huge amount of talent that's going to walk away from the company or lose their jobs, but I don't think we've ever seen something like this within the company before. But it's interesting to see, and hopefully the people who have lost their jobs are able to find work in similar fields. But yeah, it's a real shame to see that, in my perspective.
Yeah, it is. It is a shame. Like, it is a massive shame. You never want to see, because you never want to see people like lose their jobs, and it's always the higher ups that make these decisions, and it doesn't affect them. But it happens. Unfortunately, that's just the world we live in. It's a corporation. Like, it doesn't mean it's right. It just means that's how it goes. But I think what they're trying to, I don't, if they are forcing people to come back, then I don't know. I kind of look at it, I'm like, are you doing that so that they leave? Are you to save redundancies, like packages, or I don't know. But in terms of Vantage Studios, which is the one I think we're all concentrating on because AC falls into that bracket, Tencent have invested 1.16 billion. That is now double what Ubisoft's worth on the stock market. And I think if Tencent are now heading that up, the good thing is, they're going to have their own structure and budgets, but the bad thing is they're going to want their investment back. And I think it's all well and good leaning heavy into Helix packs. Like I said in a video about Mirage with Valley Memory, there was like Helix packs in there for like $3.99, whereas Shadow's Helix packs, I say they're 15 quid, but they price it so you have to buy the currency, which is £20, and then you've then got a fiver left over. So you're always having to spend more in terms of what it actually costs, and that's just not good. Not for Assassin's Creed. It's a very special franchise in terms of it's not a live service. It's not a games as a service. The core identity is definitely built on the history, the modern day segments, which after playing AC2, I'm totally for modern day, by the way. Like, how you can't have that in games of that quality anymore, it absolutely baffles me. But I think it could lead to it being a positive change, but this change will take a while for us to see, unfortunately. So that we need a lot of patience.
Touching on one thing you mentioned there, Higgs, you mentioned the stocks at Ubisoft. That's a very good point. But they're now actually at an all-time low. It's the lowest it's ever been in an 8-year period. And the company's now lost 95% of its value. And apparently those working within the company who have internal stocks are desperately trying to get rid of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it says it all, really. And people are really trying to disconnect and move on from Ubisoft because they don't want to work for a sinking ship, really.
No, they don't, and they're obviously privy to information that we're not. When they did announce that stock drop the other day, I did say on X, like, with a restructure like that, no matter what company you are, the stocks will drop. But the worrying news was coming out, like 2018 was it 10.5 billion, and now it's like $500 million. That's a massive drop. But at the end of the day, Ubisoft, I think they deserve it, and it might be a wake-up call for them. If not, Tencent are probably waiting in the wings thinking, thank you very much, we'll take this on now.
Sorry. I was just going to say that I'm not happy that they're in the current situation that they're in, because I've been a lifetime fan of Ubisoft. And to see one of your favorite developers going down this horrible path, it doesn't feel right. But also, like you said, they've brought it on themselves with their recent practices and their recent issues. They've brought this on themselves. My worry is that Tencent are vultures circling a dying carcass right now, and they're just waiting for the right moment to pounce. And then we're gonna truly see what microtransactions in an Assassin's Creed game looks like. But then I'm happy that they've said, look, we're gonna delay this. It wasn't right. We've cancelled Prince of Persia because it wasn't up to this new standard that we've set ourselves. And that's great, but then it begs the question, why was this never your standard anyway? Like, I would say I've said it before. Shadows is an absolute stunning game. It's visually one of the best Assassin's Creed games we've ever seen. But then you go in that same game, you give us one of the worst looking DLCs that I've ever seen in anything. And when I say anything, I mean in my entire life of playing video games, I have never seen anything so bad.
Mm-hmm.
So you've kind of brought this on yourselves. My next worry is, and it was my worry when Black Flag was announced as a remake, well, not announced, but we heard rumors about it. And my worry then was, you've taken a fan favorite game and you're going to remake it, and you're not the same Ubisoft you were when you made it originally. People hate you right now. This has to be perfect. It has to be, every pixel has to be in the exact right spot. Because if it's not, you're going to get someone on the internet say, this isn't right. And then it's just going to be a snowball effect. And everyone's going to start pointing it out. The voice acting is not right, or the graphics aren't right, or this isn't right. And you're going to end up making it's a risk. And I've said for years now that they need to take more risks. I want them to take risks. But I think if they take this risk with Black Flag, this might be a step too far. This might be a risk too much.
I think because it's all leaks. I mean, at the end of the day, Ubisoft haven't confirmed nothing about Black Flag. The release date, we was all upset. But then when I got thinking about it, I was like, well, actually, Ubisoft never officially come out and said it's coming by the end of March. But then people are like, it's coming in 2027. And that's when I was like, well, not necessarily no, because the fiscal year...
Yeah, because they said fiscal year 26, 27, didn't they?
Well, they said fiscal year 27. So people are like, oh my God, it's next year. Well, no, not necessarily, because Ubisoft's fiscal year for 27 runs from the beginning of... end of March this year to the beginning of April next year. But
yeah.
I don't know, from what we're saying about Singapore using assets from what's it, that ship game?
Skull and Bones?
Yeah, that's it, Skull and Bones. I think that's I think that's good news. I don't like Skull and Bones. For a quadruple A game, it doesn't live up to it. But I think that's very astute, because Black Flag is heavily on your boat, sailing the seas. Skull and Bones has got assets for that. It's using the updated Anvil engine, and we're going to have the weather systems like AC Shadows. And like you said, James, we can all moan about how bad Shadows was as a game, but it is by far the best looking Assassin's Creed game we've got. There is no doubt about that. So if they can tie that all into it, and apparently they're bringing back some cut story, although taking out the modern day, which, by the way, I haven't played Black Flag yet, but I've heard the modern day isn't that great.
So I'm gonna just skip Black Flag altogether, but the modern day story in Black Flag is where it starts to go downhill.
Okay.
This is where I was going to say earlier when you mentioned about the modern day in AC2. AC2 is the modern day story up until Black Flag is fantastic. It works really well. But from Black Flag onwards is where we get this. The modern day then becomes not an equal part. It becomes massively let down part of the story. Whereas the other time in the games before, it was very equal. They were very much the historical events led into the modern day. Whereas it doesn't, as of Black Flag, it goes downhill really quick, really fast. If you haven't played it yet, I personally would say don't bother and just wait for the remake. But
I am going to wait. I'm going to wait for the remake. I've started playing Brotherhood now, which I'm thoroughly enjoying as well.
Brotherhood's fantastic.
Oh, again, just the opening of the modern day. But this is the thing with Ubisoft, though. Like, although, like with the Desmond, and I know everything what's gone on, but yeah, like you say, take more risks. It's Assassin's Creed. You can take that wherever you want to with a modern day. Like, I mean, I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion, but I thought the modern day Basim storyline in AC Valhalla was well good. I was like,
yeah,
why haven't you done anything with that?
Yeah.
it's still time.
I don't know. I read somewhere that, and it got me thinking. I read somewhere that Ubisoft, we're all acting like Ubisoft did massively fantastic games, and their story has always been fantastic. And it got me thinking. I think world building is where Ubisoft does best. That's their thing. That's their bag. That's what they do really well. I've always their story is where it lets it down slightly across all of their games, even back in the like old Prince of Persia games, the Rainbow Six games, all of these. The story's never been the be all and end all. Their games have been very average. We all talk about Splinter Cell, great games mechanically, but story wise, could anyone tell you what actually happened in them? Like you can't. Whereas you get people can tell you exactly what happened in The Witcher or in Red Dead Redemption 2, but nobody could tell you what happened in older Ubisoft games. So I always think that are we just expecting greatness from someone who I personally, even though I love Assassin's Creed, have they ever reached greatness level? Really?
Assassin's Creed 2.
I would agree. Assassin's Creed 2 is my favorite. It's in my top 5 games of all time.
And I would say, although it was funded by Saudi Arabia, Valley of Memory, and that is why I'm positive going forward. By the way, because
I agree with you.
Because shackles off and a bit of funding and let them do what they've got to do. Look at Valley of Memory. It was insanely good. Like that story, that was one of the best DLCs I've ever played. Like that story was like wow. It like punched you in the gut where it was like wow at the end, and it invoked you emotionally, like with Basim's dad and even after that, it got me thinking, why can't we have more of this? And then obviously we like Ubisoft. I was like, well, Ubisoft didn't fund that, but we just don't know. Like especially with Tencent coming in with that investment, they might see it like Rainbow Six is a live service game. We can make loads of money from that because people spend tons of money in that because it's Rainbow Six. They've now got their live service division in Creator House 2 or 3 with the likes of Division. We've got Division 3 on the way. Division 2's picking up pace again. They're all live service games where people spend a lot of dough. So if them games make up the core money of like monetization, I haven't got any issues with monetization in Assassin's Creed. Like I don't mind but like the type of Mirage, like £3 for a skin or different weapons.
Yeah.
But I just ain't got time for this £15. I think that's extortion.
For me, microtransactions have always been a weird one because they've been around in Assassin's Creed games for a while now. Mm-hmm. It's been a long time where you could, I think it was Black Flag where you could buy characters for the multiplayer, or you could. And then Unity, I think you could buy weapons, you could buy armor, and you could buy colors for your armor and stuff. So they've always been around, but as of Origins, it seemed like it was more of a focus that they were putting stuff there more. And I think that's where we have the problem, is that nobody forces you to buy these things. But we've talked about before when you're playing the Attack on Titans collab for Shadows, and at the end of it comes up with an ad to go to the store. That's where we all have a problem. That's when we all have an issue. Like, if I want to buy it, I'll buy it. I don't need to be told to go and buy it. That's my thing.
Yeah, I think going forward, I personally would like to see them do a rotation now. So we get a one like Assassin's Creed Hexe, nice, well-written, linear story with all the core segments that make up a fantastic Assassin's Creed game. And if your next game's going to be an RPG and that's how you've got to manage it, Do you know what? Fair enough. If you're going to communicate that with us, if you're going to make Assassin's Creed Shadows again, and it looks that good, but this time you're going to include a solid Izu side quest in the game, not like now with these updates. Like give us elements like that. Let us do a bit of modern day. Have a Helix store, that's fine, but you've made the effort to include all the core fundamentals of an Assassin's Creed game, and you're going to do it on a rotation like that. I think that's a far better way going forward, because at the end of the day, the company needs to make money. We just need to accept that that's the truth. But I think, personally, going forward, that's how they should do it on a rotation. One linear, then do an RPG.
I'm glad you said that, because I've mentioned this before, that this potentially could be something that they do, because you've then got Mirage, which was, I would say, it's not 100% linear, but it's more linear than any of the RPG games.
Yeah.
Then we have Shadows. Then we've got something else to come. And they could go RPG, linear, and that could work. I guess it just depends on how it's received. If the linear game, if Hex, for instance, is absolutely perfect and it's loved by all, I think they would have to go linear again. I don't think they could go RPG, because everyone's going to instantly go, well, I want that. That did really well. Give me that again. Let me do that again. So I would like them to do the rolling idea, but I don't know if it would.
It would do if you created an RPG with a really solid foundation of a great story, and a lot of people like the mocap scenes. I found it funny that they posted all of that mocap stuff the last week on their X channel, and I'm like, oh, you went to great detail with mocap. You just got to put it in the faces. It was just quite funny. Yeah, with shadows. Right, But I just think if you get that with Hex, and it's solid and it's becomes beloved, and they're like, oh, we really like this start vibe. Okay, let's follow that on. Also, the next game is going to be a sequel, because we don't get them no more, but we're going to include some RPG elements in it. I don't think people will have a problem with it, because they're still going to get their experience, and you're not forced to buy microtransactions. But
this is the thing. Assassin's Creed are always trying to cater to a wide variety of audiences, but maybe if they just narrow it down to RPG and linear, then you're sort of bringing together like two audiences, rather than trying to cater to every single gamer out there. Like fantasy, action, adventure, stealth. They're trying to be in every single category, and it just doesn't feel focused at all. But maybe if they do have a more focused and approach where they're trying to cater to the two different branches of Assassin's Creed, then you would have a more polished product at the end of it.
Yep. And since we've had this announcement of the restructure, we have to remember, I mean, I'm not a Prince of Persia fan, I'll just say, but I do feel gutted for the fans out there. That must be really, really gutting. But if it's true, and the reason why they cancelled it is because it didn't meet expectations, then fair enough.
That's a good thing, right?
It is a good thing.
This is what I was thinking. We were talking about it in the pre-show, that I'd seen a post on X that was basically was saying that Montreal was trying to fix problem after problem after problem, and every time they tried to fix it, another problem would appear, and then at some point you have to go, am I wasting resources in trying to fix this constantly? I might as well just give it up and end it now. And I'm also seeing more leaked stuff now after it's been cancelled than I did before it was cancelled. Like, people are doing like dropping concept character art and stuff. Like, it's cancelled, it's gone. Why are you? It's like just.
I think people have waited years for it, though, haven't they? I think they announced it like 5 years ago.
It was 5 years ago. Yeah,
I do sort of feel sorry for the Prince of Persia fans, because they've been waiting for this for a long time. But also, Assassin's Creed is a spin-off of Prince of Persia, and we're now meant to be this billion-dollar company, while its parent, which is Prince of Persia, that's like our dad. Do you know what I mean? Like, we came from Prince of Persia, right? And that one's just been told, you can't have like this release, you're not allowed it. That's gone forever. Well, Assassin's Creed, the sun is thriving. That's how I
we've
see
all got to
it.
retire sometime, mate. So
I don't think it has died. Really, I understand the remake's gone and it's not there, but we've had 2 great Prince of Persia games recently. They're side scrollers, but Lost Crown was nominated for Game of the Year. It was It's a great game to play. I'm not a big side scrolling fan, but it's great. It's a good game, and the new one that they released not long after that. So we have Prince of Persia games. We're just not getting a remake. And I personally don't mind that. I don't necessarily like remakes overly too much.
So you've just made a really good point, though, James. You said like the last Prince of Persia game, which was a side scroller, was like up for Game of the Year. It was well liked, like really liked. And can you imagine if they pushed this remake out and it still had all the bugs in that? What would people be saying about
exactly?
Ubisoft?
Exactly.
What would they say?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe you should have delayed it. Blah blah blah.
You should have cancelled it. You should have got rid of it.
Yeah. You should have done this. Should have done that. Oh, okay. So what we're going to do now? It hasn't met these new guidelines, these quality guidelines. We're going to cancel it. Oh, I can't believe you've cancelled it. Blah blah blah. Like, look, they're going to lose no matter what. So if this is the way forward and this is their new standard, but they need to stick to it, then so be it. Let them do what they got to do. But people need to remember, it's not Ubisoft. It's just not Ubisoft anymore. You've got Tencent, and I know people are a bit worried about that, but they worked FromSoft, Elder Scrolls. I mean, they've backed certain studios really, really well. Yeah, I'm not interested in their own projects. That's not a part of me. And we also need to remember, Tencent make more money than we could ever dream of on mobile games.
Yeah.
Because they've got that market over in Asia locked down.
Yeah.
They don't need to be doing that with Assassin's Creed. Yeah, they now might get Assassin's Creed Jade out the door and think, well, there's our little money spinner there, because plenty of people will be loving that on the mobile game. That's why my outlook is very much just like, well, look, none of us got a crystal ball. If we look into Tencent as a company and all this structuring and these new quality guidelines, it could mean that the Assassin's Creed franchise is revived, and in a year's time, we're all sitting there going, I can't believe Black Flag resynced. This is amazing.
Yeah. I'm very much with you. I think they can't win either way. Like I use Mirage as this basis. Mirage is the game that AC fans asked for, and they didn't like it. And I think you can, especially with Ubisoft right now, they can't win either way. They're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. They don't cancel it and they send it out. Why did you let out this rubbish? Da-da-da. If they do cancel it, they'll be like, why did you cancel it? It was so close. It was money in the bag. It would have been the best thing ever. But if it's not up to standard, then get rid of it. We've been complaining that Ubisoft don't have a standard right now, that their standard is so low, and now they've got a standard. Now we're not, but some people are complaining that they now have a standard. It's like just let it breathe. Just let them do what they need to do, and this could be something great.
And the difference is, right, I'm not on Ubisoft's side. I've called them out plenty over this past week. But what I'm saying, how much money do you think they've just thrown in the bin by cancelling Prince of Persia a mere matter of weeks before it's released? All that development time on that for 5 years, I think Cole was said, like 5 years or something. Imagine how much wasted time and revenue. I feel sorry for the developers more than anything, because they're artists. They pour their hearts and souls into making these games. It's more than a job to them. It's like it's art. It comes from deep within, and they're the ones that we should all really feel sorry for, because it is more than just a job to them. They have to come into work and really, like, it's from their soul.
Yeah.
But in terms of Ubisoft, look, if they've cancelled it because of that, I think the future for Assassin's Creed, which is now in the top tier bracket out of all their other IPs, all you've got sitting next to it is Far Cry and Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six will definitely make more money than any, or out of the all three of them, because of what it is. Far Cry fans maybe now you're going to get a more streamlined games again. Like it's not all doom and gloom, and the stock price absolutely happens. Any company in the world that's on the stock exchange, as soon as you have a massive restructure, your stocks and shares will plummet. That's just how it is.
Yeah, I think
that's the thing. It's all business, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I think, especially with their stocks are as low as they can be right now. It can only go up from here.
So get invested.
So why not? Guys, if you're listening right now, go invest.
But whilst we're on the topic of Ubisoft Tencent and Ubisoft coming together to cancel projects, Watch Dogs is another game that looks like it hasn't got a future.
Cancelled? Was there a new one coming out?
People are saying that Watch
Hasn't that
Dogs
been like cancelled for? Didn't they bin that on the head a little while ago though?
I think people are saying there's no future for that brand at Ubisoft, so it'll be interesting to see what direction that goes in. I think there was a Netflix show. Yeah, Naren's commented saying, it's dead in the water, and I think that is the case. I think Watch Dogs, there are no plans for future development of any games. I think the Netflix show is probably just going to be a bit of paper on a table somewhere and just left there unless someone picks it up one day. But as far as I know, there's no plans for that series to carry on.
Watch Dogs 2, I loved that. I really clicked with Watch Dogs 2. Watch Dogs, the one after that was Legion, wasn't it? I didn't really like that. But again, if Ubisoft and their new way forward are thinking, well, we don't really have a lot of time for Watch Dogs right now. It isn't kind of clicking where we want it to be. Let's just put that on the shelf for now and concentrate on our top IPs, Far Cry, Assassin's Creed and Rainbow Six. I'm just going to say, I'm all for it, to be honest, if we get a better AC games.
So Watch Dogs is cancelled. Was there any game coming out after Legions?
No. I think they knocked.
It was just a Netflix.
So Legions was the last game in the series. So it's not. I would have already said that Watch Dogs was dead anyway.
Yeah,
after Legions, I would have like Watch Dogs 1. We spoke about it earlier. Watch Dogs 1, I played, I liked it. Watch Dogs 2 didn't really interest me, and then the amount of like aggro that I've seen about Watch Dogs Legion, I wouldn't even go near it anyway. So for me, it's been dead for a while. So people, I think it's like saying, "Oh, it's dead," but it's been dead for a while. This is just confirmation that you're not getting it. So that's fine. Like that's okay. And would you rather they pumped out a new Watch Dogs that wasn't great, or would you rather they just went, "This is it, and now let's move on"?
Because if they're going to get rid of these game or IPs, I'll say, if they're going to get rid of these IPs because they're not confident in them, that means more resources for the IPs that they do have confidence in. For the purpose of our show, Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed. I sometimes sit there and I think, I don't think people understand how big Assassin's Creed as a franchise is. It's huge, like huge. You watch when that live action show comes out. It will do numbers, like absolute numbers. And if they're going to streamline it to have that as the peak of their little pyramid with Vantage Studios, I'm just saying, I think the future looks a lot better than what it maybe would have done if we carried on just under the Guillemot family, is it? The True Templars of Assassin's Creed. And but no, I think Tencent coming in isn't all doom and gloom. I think there's going to be a certain amount of, now it isn't just up to the family, because Tencent have got a lot of money in that company now. They're going to be, hang on a minute, no, you can structure it like this. Live service division, you'll get your money there. You'll get a lot of money there. Yeah. Tencent and Masters at the mobile game. I know I said in my video last week, I think I personally thought AC Jade might have been one of the cancelled games, but after the video and reflection, I was like, well, actually, Tencent are massively in the mobile market, and if they can get a game to sell in China or Asia, Jade would be perfect for that. Like, they would make millions from that, and if that frees up funds to give us the games that we want as AC fans, I'm all for it.
Yeah, I agree.
Ubisoft start making AC Jade. It's Tencent under the supervision of Ubisoft.
Oh, it is Tencent. Okay, mate.
The license has been moved across to Tencent to do it under Ubisoft supervision, so that wouldn't come up in the Ubisoft financial report. So when they were talking about projects that were cancelled or delayed, such as the unannounced project, which we're presuming was Black Flag, that was done without naming the project directly. So I wanted to ask you guys, when do you think Black Flag Resynced will come out now? Because we were originally slated March, but now it could well be, what do you think, next year?
No, I'm thinking it's this year still. So,
as we
said,
okay,
with the fiscal year not being like a literal year, December to January type thing, or January to December. Sorry, I think that it will be. I'm thinking November time this year.
The only reason I'm going to say
November,
it's not going to happen.
That ain't happening
GTA
in November.
comes out 19th of November. I tell you what, Ubisoft wouldn't be that stupid. Anything that goes near GTA 6, it's not going to sell. Like, this game will be the biggest game we've ever seen launch ever. People have waited forever for this game. I think they'd be foolish to do it.
No.
I'm thinking next year.
I don't think that's coming out this year either.
If it isn't out by September, it gets delayed until the beginning of next year, because no one's stupid enough to go. No, everyone's avoiding November. Like, there ain't no way.
It's big.
But until
I think this could be the biggest game ever launched.
I don't.
Oh, absolutely.
See, I'm on the fence on this one. I'm not so sure. I don't think it's coming out this year, because
GTA?
I think because
or Black Flag
GTA, because I think that they've got the same problem that Ubisoft have, is that this game is so hyped and would, like you said, if it does come out, it's going to be one of the biggest selling games ever. But if it comes out and it's not perfect and it's not right, they're going to get slated for it. So they have to make sure that it is absolutely tip-top, no issues, no problems. It runs smoothly on every console it is running on without a single problem. They need to make sure that it can cope with the amount of people that's going to be playing it. They need to make sure that it's structurally sound. I'm not too sure that they're going to be able to do that. So I think personally they're going to delay it, but I don't know. Maybe that would be a risk to take if they were. Why not release it at the same time?
Because everyone's going to be playing GTA 6.
You won't sell it as much, but also you won't get as much hate for it either. It could slide under the radar.
You're going to have everyone avoiding November. At this point in time, ain't no one releasing in November.
Yeah, I think everyone's afraid of GTA 6. And probably rightfully so.
Yeah. I mean,
that's how I see it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think if it hasn't come out by the beginning of September, I think they delay it until January.
And GTA 6 has already been delayed a few times already, right?
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. So that's an interesting one. And onto one of our final news topics as well. And it's funny because this was originally going to be our big news of the week, but obviously with the restructuring, it's sort of been forgotten about a little bit. But as James mentioned in the intro, Mark Alexicote is suing Ubisoft for nearly $1 million. How do we feel about this?
I saw that it was 1.5 somewhere.
Wow. Crazy. The headline I read from Kotaku says for nearly $1 million over alleged forced firing. And I wonder, we sort of covered it in the pre-show. Did he know Tencent were going to pump all this money into Ubisoft, and now he's thinking, I can become a millionaire from this now because they've pushed him out, probably for the way he's handled Assassin's Creed as a whole. He was the head of Assassin's Creed. He's made decisions that have impacted people across the globe, and obviously Assassin's Creed hasn't been selling to the levels it's been expected to, so he was a figurehead of that, and he's been pushed out, and now he's calling it constructive dismissal after being demoted. And £1 million in loss of earnings. It's just incredible numbers, and he's seen a way to potentially line his pockets. I feel really uncomfortable about this, considering people are losing their jobs because of his decisions, and now he's trying to walk away with £1 million in his pocket. It doesn't sit right with me.
No, and I hope he doesn't win, and I don't think he will. At the end of the day, if the franchise wasn't performing underneath his leadership, then if they thought they had someone better, that's grounds for demotion. I think you're probably right. 1.1 billion investment from Tencent. Let's try and get a few extra pennies out of this one, or pounds. But no, I don't. Yeah, I don't think he's got a case, to be honest. I'm not being funny, mate. I
think he does.
Great.
I think he does have a case. So, not from a personal point of view, I'm with you guys. I don't think he deserves it. I don't think he has a case. But when we broke the news of this story, I didn't know what a constructive dismissal is. So I looked it up. And basically, Cliff Noted version is that he's got a contract that says that this is him, this is what he does. And they've offered him, with this restructure, they offered him something less than what the contract is. And they're supposed to apparently meet the contract. So what they've done is that apparently, according to him, is they've offered him a lower position than what his contract says, knowing that he'll leave. So essentially they fired him without saying you're fired. So technically, on a technical thing, I think he does have a ground, but personally I don't think he does.
Technically, yes, but we don't know what his contract initially stated. If in his contract there was, if you don't meet performance, whatever, we can review your position. If that is in his contract and he signed that, then as far as I'm concerned, he's. But I think you made a great point, Carl. Is there's developers that have lost their jobs because of his decisions, and he's out here trying to get another £1 million.
Yeah, we tried to get him on the show.
Did you?
Yeah. After he was announced that he'd left, I actually messaged him on LinkedIn and had a conversation with him. I tried to get him on the show, and he said that he couldn't because he wasn't in the right headspace. Well, I have a sneak feeling that he already knew at that point that he was. I think that he already knew he was suing them at that point, and he couldn't come on to the show because that would jeopardize any chance of him winning. So I think he's known for a while that this was the case that he was going at, and potentially it could already be. We've just found out the news, but it could have been going on for a while.
Absolutely,
we just don't know.
That's the thing, and the thing is, under his management as well, all the things that happened during the Me Too movement, he looked the other way. So he is known for being like the head of teams while things were going on beneath him. It was reported to him and he did nothing. So some people say that's just as bad as the acts themselves. So, there was all that as well to consider. So, yeah, but he is a fan of our show, apparently. I read the message he sent you, James. So hopefully he takes this on board, and you don't deserve the money, in my opinion, mate. No. Give it to the developers who've lost their jobs because of your actions. Yeah, that's how I see it.
I agree.
I agree. I think we all agree, and everybody agrees. I think on a personal level, he doesn't deserve it in any way, shape, or form. He's not only let us down as fans, but he's let people that he worked with down repeatedly, constantly, to a point where they have no faith in his work or his attitude. I can't see where he goes from here. I can't see any other developer going, oh yeah, he's up for grabs. Let's go get him, because his practices have been terrible. His mismanagement of Assassin's Creed has been dismal. As of January this year, Assassin's Creed has sold over 230 million copies worldwide. And I guarantee he probably hasn't even sold 20 million of those. Like,
no,
he hasn't contributed to any of that in any way, shape, or form. He is an absolute pain in the ass. But try and get that bag. That's all I'm saying. If he can try it.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to get it, but
you never know if you don't try it, do you? Like, absolutely.
I wonder how long will that take? Like, do you think this whole legal procedure, do you think it'll take years, months?
I reckon it could take. I would be surprised if it was any shorter than a year.
Well, he's going to need to file it to the correct court at first. He needs to file it, and then Ubisoft will be allowed a matter of months to put their case forward.
Evidence.
But what I will say with Ubisoft and recent news, I mean, if he does go to court, even if he doesn't win, there will be stuff that will come out in court and be public knowledge. So, like you mentioned about the Me Too movement and all the stuff we knew what was going on a good couple of years ago, if Ubisoft don't want that to come out, even though they know they will win, they will probably settle out of court. And he'll be in
Quite possibly, which leads to him getting money.
Either way.
Yes.
In my head.
So, with that, because a similar situation is happening over at Bungie, and that's all I say, is happening at Bungie right now. It could be a play from Mark himself, just to be like, well, I've got a lot of dirt on you, so how about a little bit of a settlement outside of court? Otherwise, I'm going to drag you through it as much as you've dragged me through it, and we'll air all of our dirty laundry out in public. So, yeah.
All I'm going to say is it's going to be great content creation for the next couple of months, for sure.
Oh, I'm loving it.
Yeah. Well, you're pumping out videos like so fast and so quick. I made a video about a week ago. I managed to get it through. And it took me a week to just get everything together. Whereas I'm seeing that you're posting videos like 2 hours apart from each other, and I'm like, how does he do it? That's crazy.
Good.
So you'll be laughing. You'll be great.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I'll just go on to the PC quickly, and it's because of this new format where I'm not scripting everything, mate.
Yeah, you're just going for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just giving my thoughts and opinions. I just do a little bullet point on the screen in front of me, and as I'm looking up at the camera, I can just quickly glance down just so I can keep track of myself. So, but yeah, I just like to get content out, you know. But that will come in time with you, because you've not done YouTube for long, have you?
No. So the scripting, I'm finding the easy part. That's not a problem.
And as soon as you press record and start reading off that script, you're like,
yeah, I can't. All of a sudden, as soon as you press that record button, you can't read anymore. You can't speak anymore. But it's the finding the footage to go along with these videos that I'm finding the most difficult. I have an entire Assassin's Creed. So I don't do on YouTube. I don't do my face. I just do a voiceover and have stuff playing. And it's finding the right bits to go in the right place, and I'm like, I need to find this, and I need to look for this, and that's the bit I find most difficult.
Well, a tip for that, just to save you a lot of time, is if you're doing a specific video, your strongest character video or whatever, what I do in certain situations, like if I'm going to do a build video, which I've got one in the works, instead of looking for footage, I just quickly open the game up, and then I've got my script on the other monitor or whatever, and I'm like, oh, I need that segment. Quick, just do that, hit record, do a 30-minute segment, job done. You've done it in like 10 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah. So I did similar to yours about the recent Ubisoft events and stuff, and it was most difficult to find the right things to go in the right places.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it can be, but like with the Ubisoft news, I mean, they had the press report, but
Yeah,
I just go on like you've got Tom Henderson, you've got VGC and stuff like that. So it's relatively simple.
Also, while you're mentioning Tom Henderson, and Zephyrus messaged me and said to say hello to you and tell you to keep up with all your YouTube stuff because he's loving it.
Oh, cheers, Zeph. Love Zeph. He's, great guy. Pumps out a load of content, though.
A massive
the other day, I was like, how do you keep it up?
So for us, he's the social media manager.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he has the next 2 months of content all planned out for us.
Yeah, fair play.
Every day. It's crazy. The man's an absolute beast.
I use him as some of my sort. I'll message him all the time. I'm like, Zeph, can I put that in a video? Like, I'll shout you out. It's not a problem. Yeah, no worries. You just crack on, mate. I'm like, sweet, because you just like grab everything that I need anyway.
I do that too. I'm like, oh, Zeph, you've just posted this. Can I use this in a video? Can I? He's like, yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. It's cool. Okay. That's cool. So we've got a couple of questions that I wanted to discuss with you guys. Mm-hmm. So what are your hopes for Assassin's Creed moving forward? What are you looking for most out of the franchise right now?
I'm looking for games that will, like future games that can kind of get that spark back, get that spark for what made the franchise so loved in the first place. Structure was one of them prior to what we heard this past week. So that's why I was happy when I heard that. And just a solid path forward. That's what I want for the franchise, because the community is very split right now, and the last few games we've got are these big RPG games. I want them to go back to what I said earlier was we don't need a game every year. If that means a rushed game, we don't. But I'd like to do this one linear, one RPG. I think that's what I want for the franchise going forward.
Yeah, that's fair. Cole?
I guess for me, I want Assassin's Creed to reclaim its identity. So we need to stop playing as characters that are like soldier warrior types and just become a member of the Assassin Brotherhood again. And they've been skirting around it for so long that, I mean, Shadows was the perfect opportunity to do this, but they ended up building the Kakashiki Ibi, and they just need to have Assassin's Creed reclaim its identity and have assassins and have a more focused experience. And that's what I want from Assassin's Creed. I just want it to understand what makes it great and not be afraid to show that. And it's just so strange. It's almost like they've lost bits of itself over time. And every time they put something in, at this point, it just feels like cameos and throwbacks, but it should feel like we are a member of the Assassin Brotherhood, and we should be able to have that experience once again like we did in the early days. And I think Assassin's Creed needs to have a real look at itself and realise the people who are making it, like why people enjoy Assassin's Creed. And I just think more direction, more focus, and not be afraid to use the core elements. I mean, there was a great video recently by Willis Makes Movies about the Raid Shadows collaboration, and he covered why it sort of understood Assassin's Creed better than Ubisoft do. And if you guys watch that, you'll understand now that the Assassin's Creed identity has been stripped away from the brand over the years, and other companies making things relating to Assassin's Creed get it more. So I just think they need to reflect on what's gone wrong and what has gone right as well, and just understand more about what the series needs to do to push forward and just be Assassin's Creed again. Well, that's what I think. More purpose and direction. So a bit of a Templar answer there.
So if we were to get a more back to the core identity. Nitron said that the Brotherhood and the proper Assassin's Creed fantasy. Do you think that we'd be able to see that in Hex? From understanding what we know about Hex, do you think that that's able to?
Yeah, because I think they need to take more risks, and with Hexe, if we are going to get this witch vibe and it's going to be dark and eerie, that's fine, but just include what Cole's just said about like the core identity just reclaiming itself. You can do that, but also take risks and creating other stories and other characters. And also, I'd like to say, bring back trilogies. Like you can do a continuation of a certain assassin story, like with the Ezio collection I'm playing now, and obviously that's the first time I'm playing it. Like done AC2, and now I'm right in the thick of Brotherhood, and I'm just like, this is great because you get attached to the character, and it's carrying on a really good story, and there's a means to an end, and there's no reason why they couldn't do that with Hexe. And they could also do it with Hexe as a linear, and then the follow-on RPG could be a Hexe, like it could be number 2. But they need to take more risks.
I think you're right, and it's funny you bring up the Ezio collection, because we all know by this point now, that Ezio was only supposed to get one game. So the fact that he was so loved just from Assassin's Creed 2, they then decided to give us 2 more games. They were so reactive to listening to what the fans wanted and what the fans loved, that they were so quick to go, right, let's make more games. Let's give them something else that they want. And I kind of agree. I think they should give us that again. Another sequel. Even if it was just a sequel, I don't necessarily need a trilogy. Just give me a sequel that I can go back with a character.
Trilogy. I mean, like the guys in chat are saying about with Bayek and Basim. Like, I love Mirage. Like the beginning, and then going, and then training to become an assassin, and then when you have the ceremony, you cut your finger off, and you're now a fully fledged part of the Hidden Ones. Like, where's that now? Like, where is that? Like,
I love Mirage.
I don't know. It's what you can. The new games don't need to introduce new characters. Like Bayek, I think Bayek was said in chat as well. Like, you have got a character there. Like, he's my favourite character. I love Bayek, but he's also really well loved in the franchise, and he's got that core pillar of being one of the founder of the Hidden Ones. So what we're doing with that? What happened to him after Origins? Like, where do we go with that? Like, they can do that. Like, they can do a continuation of these characters and these stories, and they would be amazing if done correctly.
Yeah.
James, going back to your original question, I don't think Assassin's Creed Hexe will be the game that reclaims the identity of Assassin's Creed. I think they're going to play into the witch trope, and you're probably going to be playing as a witch. The rumours were saying you've got a cat with powers. That, to me, doesn't sound very like stereotypical classic Assassin's Creed, but they have got an impressive writing team. I mean, obviously we know Darby McDevitt's on the team for that, and also we've had recently another ex-Assassin's Creed writer who's joined it. So this is Christopher Grilly, who's another former Assassin's Creed writer. So they are assembling an interesting narrative team. But in terms of like, yeah, that is Assassin's Creed, I'm not sure if Hexe is going to be the game that does that. I think it's going to be a smaller game that just is another one that sort of shows like I mentioned before, like a warrior or like that sort of like fighting type. I think this one's going to be a witch, but we'll see. It'd be interesting to see. I'd love to see an unusual take on it. I know we've pitched a few possible Hexe storylines in past episodes and things. So yeah, with the team behind it, I'm slightly optimistic, but until I actually see something more than that teaser trailer, I wouldn't like to say really. It's a bit early.
So Nara said that that she doesn't they don't have high hopes to make it as dark and as gritty as needed for the setting. I would actually disagree, because we've spoken before that that in Shadows, the Claws of Awaji was really dark, and I think they should lean into that a bit more, and I think they'll be able to do that really well. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, I mean, you would know better than me. So with the Izu, they can be reincarnations of anything, correct? Or is it just humans?
I think it's just humans.
Oh, is it just humans?
I think so.
Because I'm just thinking about what you just said about the cat. I was just going to say it could be like Izu's tapped into a cat or something stupid.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. At least then there's like a lore reasoning for it, and it's not just here's magic and Assassin's Creed. Like, there is like actual like lore related answers to that. That would make more sense. But yeah, I don't mind that sort of thinking, because then it's not introducing new elements to Assassin's Creed.
Exactly. This is what I mean about taking risks, but keep it within that bubble. Like we don't need more. Like, there's so much they can do with a franchise. Like, I like, even if they'd done like a straight Izu game, I'd be over the moon with that.
It'd be a bit niche, but us as
very
like the
niche
core fandom would love it.
That, like, we would all love it, right? I mean, yeah, like you said, it would be very niche. It probably wouldn't be the top seller, but it would be a like, oh wow. But I still think they need to. I still think we need to get continuations of Bayek's story, and modern day Basim. Like, yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm in the minority with that, but that Valhalla storyline, I was quite impressed with that, I have to say.
Talking about Bayek, I think if they were to do a trilogy, it doesn't necessarily have to be the same character, because I'm pretty sure that Bayek, after the end of Origins, he just stays in Egypt, right? He doesn't leave, as far as I'm aware.
Very true. It's
but we could get an Origins 2, and we could be Aya, and when she
goes off.
Yes. Yeah. So we could have a sequel that's a sequel, but not directly a sequel, if that makes sense.
No, that's perfect. And imagine that we go off, and we're setting up the what are they the founder of again? I've lost my words.
The Hidden Ones.
And imagine going off and doing that, and like us as the players with Aya are creating the Hidden Ones. We're off doing it. Like, that would be so good. Like, and you're not branching out. You're not adding anything extra in. Oh, honestly, they can do so much with this.
I think they could.
I like Aminat. I think she's a good character, but a lot of people find her quite cold, and they don't like her towards the end of Assassin's Creed Origins.
Great character.
Yeah. And I think there were originally plans to have more playable sequences of her in Assassin's Creed Origins, but it was cut by higher ups who, I believe, they used like the phrasing "women don't sell," and it was that sort of mentality, and why they really reduced down her role just to the end of the game when you play as her and assassinate Caesar. But she was originally meant to have a much larger presence in the game, but yeah, higher ups made that decision, and that's sort of like a bit of a statement on the time and the Ubisoft Boys Club that was running the place back then. Obviously, Me Too's been, and all of it's come out since. But yeah, that was the mentality of it. So it'd be nice to have a fresh opportunity for her, and great voice acting talent as well. Yeah. And I believe she's just been cast as the new Lara Croft. Is that right?
Only in the video game, yes.
Yeah. What is Aya's voice acting called? I'm just going to look this up. I'm sure she's just been Alex Wilton Regan. I believe she's the new Lara Croft. Or am I talking rubbish?
No, I think that's her. I think she, in the new Lara Croft game, I'm pretty sure that she will be voicing Lara.
Yeah. So she's very busy then, because there's 2 games she's going to be voicing as Lara Croft. They're doing a remake of an older title, and they're doing a new Lara Croft. So she's voicing for both of them. So she's going to be super busy. So Ubisoft would have to squeeze her in somehow. And I imagine her price has gone up. Now she's Lara Croft. That's massive.
I think
great to see her doing bits.
I think it would be a great thing, and I actually I think that Bayek is the only saving grace of Origins, really. But I think it would be a better game if it was Aya and not Bayek. Because she's
a lot of people felt her moments were taken from her. So in Origins, you see Bayek's loss of his son and his response. You literally see one, maybe no conversations between Kemu, the son, and Aya. You never really see that relationship. No. So it would be even nice to see flashbacks to Origins from her perspective.
I think
give us the keys, Ubisoft. Give us the keys. Come on.
Just give me a chance. All I'm saying is just give me a chance. Just one chance. That's all I need. And I think all we can hope for is that with this restructure that something is finally clicked in somebody's head somewhere, and they've gone, this needs to be right. We can't keep going down this track. And I hope that Assassin's Creed moving forward is only going to get stronger. And that leads me on to my next question, because while I was making my recent video for YouTube, I found the trailer for Assassin's Creed Jade. Now, I wasn't in the Assassin's Creed space when it was released on beta for the phone and stuff. So I never saw the trailer until this point. And actually, it looks really good. It looks so good. And it got me thinking, what do you guys think about Assassin's Creed Jade? One, do you think that it will be viable on a mobile phone? And 2, do you think that we'll be getting any news soon about it in any capacity, in any way, shape or form?
Yeah, well, after being enlightened that it's actually Tencent now, I can almost guarantee you if they get it functioning great on mobile, it'll probably be the best selling Assassin's Creed game, but definitely the highest revenue Assassin's Creed game in history.
The microtransactions will be through the roof on that. And it's set in Asia. Like, this is the perfect testing ground for Tencent's partnership with Ubisoft. Yeah.
You're going to have to pay to join the Brotherhood and stuff, probably.
I mean, this will bank, won't it? This will make some real money. They're testing the waters for the Asian market.
That's what they're doing. They're going to have you running around without any outfits on, and you're going to go to choose an outfit, and you're going to have to pay like £2 or something like that. Like, it's going to be mental. But on the mobile market, they will pay for it. Like, they will.
Yeah.
It will. Yeah. I mean, I'm not interested in I just don't like mobile gaming. I mean, with an emulator, you could probably get it running on your PC or something. So I might give it a go, but I definitely won't be touching their microtransactions, because they will be pretty hefty. But
just thinking as well, if it does well on mobile, like, say, in a crazy world, I don't think mobile games would sell this many, but in a crazy world, let's say they sell 1 million copies on all smartphones, right? Do you think that they'd do something where you could play it, where they'd port it to a console or a PC or Steam or something? So they've taken that game that was,
like a HD version, like Liberation, or like a Switch version?
I mean, unless they've made absolute bank profit-wise on Jade, then it might be worth investing the time and the money to put it over onto PC, but then you're going to have to run the servers. But Tencent already know if Jade isn't the cancelled mobile game, which now I believe it probably isn't. from a business point of view, they've already got a winner on their hands.
Yeah.
So I would be, they'd just be like, well, no, this Jade is for our mobile market. Destiny done the similar with Destiny Rising on mobile. And from what I've been told and hearing, that is just making stupid money. So I believe Tencent would do the same with this.
Yeah.
But what I would say to Tencent is, if you do make a lot of money off Assassin's Creed Jade, can you please just allow us some of the funds to come in on one of the main games? That would be good.
Yeah.
But then that might be their business model. Mobile market in Asia, that's where we make all the money. And then that's where, in what they said about the restructure in their official document, is the separate creative studios, Vantage Studios, they're going to have their own money, and from an economics point of view, they manage it themselves.
That could work. And I feel like Assassin's Creed's never really tapped into any sort of like Asian Eastern markets really well. I mean, even though Shadows was Japan, it had major backlash. And I just feel like it wasn't well received because of some of the disrespectful like marketing campaigns and things that they ran. And I feel like with Tencent behind them and microtransactions, they could really push it out to their markets. And I mean, everyone over there is playing mobile games. I mean, the numbers are through the roof. So this partnership's probably, like, from a strategic point of view, very good for Ubisoft. And yeah, like you say, Higgs, if they could redistribute the funds to other projects within the first creative house or the Vantage Studios projects, like bigger Assassin's Creed titles, that could work really well.
Yeah, because if they make so much money from the mobile market, if they make so much profit, then obviously with companies, the way they separate income taxes, blah, 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 that would allow for the main Assassin's Creed games that their marker probably wouldn't need to be that high because you basically got this, you've subsidized that with the mobile market. So there could be that thinking behind it, which again is why I say I think this new creator house structure is not a bad thing. I think it's a good thing because they're all going to have their own budgets. They're all going to be having their own performance reviews from an economic point of view. So they're not going to be all tied in with the same brush, you know. It could, and hopefully it will work. I think it's a good move. I think this restructure could be good for the franchise. I really do.
One final thing on AC Jade is that we know that Cassandra's going to be in it. So this will push all the Odyssey fans across to that. And Odyssey's still got a huge fan base to this day.
Massive.
As soon as people see Cassandra in a trailer for this, they're all going to move across, pick this up, and it'll do well because that's one of the best-selling Assassin's Creed games. A little crossover, but I guarantee this will boost sales as well. Like, she's so loved as a character.
Yeah, well, because Cassandra, innit? It's But I was just quickly looking. While we were chatting, Tencent Games are the world's largest video game publisher.
Wow!
What video game publisher?
Tencent Games, founded in 2003, so let's face it, they're not like years, they're not ancient, is the world's largest video game publisher, operating over 140 games globally, including PUBG Mobile, League of Legends.
Wow.
So that's basically who's fronting up Vantage Studios now.
Yeah.
They do Call of Duty Mobile, Valorant. Mate, I mean, come on.
I think when you've got a game, we've said before that Tencent are known for their mobile games, and League of Legends is a massive game. It has a very dedicated, die-hard fans. So potentially, this is something that could be good for the franchise. Maybe I've also seen that Tencent have 48% of their shares are in gaming. So
yes,
that's almost half of their.
And they have a market capitalization compared to Ubisoft's 500 million. Tencent's is 692 billion.
That's actually insane. That's more money than all three of us are ever going to see in our entire lives.
they're ranked as the number one and or number two because of Microsoft, largest video game company by market capitalization, consistently competing with Sony. That is the company now we've got funding Assassin's Creed with Vantage Studios.
Come on, guys.
Hopefully we're in safe hands then. Hopefully.
That's enough to make anyone smile, surely.
I feel more positive coming out of this one. I went in thinking, this is like a really depressing week for Ubisoft because obviously people are going to lose their jobs. But now we've discussed all the restructuring and like the potential redistribution of funds and things. I am feeling a bit more positive about the whole overall like big picture. Like obviously in the short term, it's really like disastrous with stocks and people looking for new jobs and people being unhappy in their workplace. But yeah, in the long run, I can definitely see maybe there's actually like a bit of a vision now.
Yeah, and it's good, mate. I mean, look, I get messages and I still do from trolls because I'm mainly positive, but like I just sit there and think about this stuff. I'm just like, well, hang on, we can all delve into the negatives, and my old spin is life's hard enough for all of us. Like, let's just try and see some positives out of this. And that's why, like, when you talk about it, like we talk it through and we go over this and we just go through how big Tencent are, and it's like, well, actually, might be better off with them than Ubisoft. We probably are. Like everyone raves in like 2018 when Ubisoft were at their peak of 10.5 billion. In 2018, Tencent were 500 billion.
In monetary value, Ubisoft is pretty much a baby compared to Tencent. That's crazy.
Tencent are if you've got PUBG Mobile and COD Mobile along with League of Legends. Look, we ain't got nothing to worry about with Jade, that's for sure. They've got that locked down. They will know how to monetize. They will milk. We'll have all the whales coming over to Assassin's Creed now. The Helix packs will just be for them, and that will fund all of our top tier AC games in the future.
We can only hope. We can only hope.
And then, and then, I mean, my hope is in the future is that Vantage Studios does really well for itself with heading the three main IPs, and in the end, Tencent go to the Guillemot family. Listen up, mate. We already bought 20% shares.
Yeah,
we'll just take that. Here's your money. Go, please. Because I mean, their market capitalization, they could easily buy Ubisoft out 20 times over.
Yeah,
I actually wouldn't mind that. I think people want new direction for Ubisoft. I mean, Yves just put his son in charge of Vantage Studios. He's got no qualifications for that role at all. He is the ultimate nepo baby. So I don't think. I mean, I could probably name about 50 people on my LinkedIn alone who would have done a better job than Yves' son. But yeah, maybe someone who knows what they're doing in charge.
But on the flip side, that could just be a transitional appointment. So Tencent are now coming over. Obviously, as we figured out this podcast, Tencent are a world's largest video game publisher. And to them, 1.1 billion probably isn't a lot of money, but that is a lot of money. That's more than double what Ubisoft's share price is now worth. Yeah. If Tencent are like, all right, he's just jumping over just to give us a smooth transition. We've done this restructure, which I don't believe was solely Ubisoft. I think that was probably a lot of Tencent as well, saying, hang on, this ain't working what you're doing right now. This is the restructure. Little Guillemot's in charge of Vantage Studios, and we're just going to do this transition period. Tencent might just be like, this ain't working. Similar to Sony. There's a lot of similarities to Sony and Bungie. Like that was a community and a game I was heavily involved in. Sony, when they bought Destiny for $3 billion, no, Bungie, sorry. They was like, you can do your own thing. Bungie had and is going to be going, there's certain things happening there. It's so similar to this Mark Cote. Like they've got an ex-person in charge taking them to court and going to air all the dirty laundry. But Sony want it to go to court now because they was like, well, Bungie can still run itself. That's not a problem. Not anymore. Sony are now baying, see you later. They've now got rid of the old CEO who took Bungie from nothing to where they are now. He's gone. It can happen. It can happen. The Guillemot family aren't in a position they was 2 years ago where it was them and only them. But Tencent, they ain't going to mess around, you know. Like, they haven't made their money by producing games that aren't good.
Yeah, I think all we can do is be hopeful for the future. Anything is possible. Like, as I said earlier, we're at the rock bottom right now, and things are looking bleak, and things are looking very, very scary right now for us as fans, and obviously for people that work at Ubisoft as well. But it can only get better, and we just need to potentially ride out a storm for a while and then see what's on the other side. But yeah, hopefully.
But it needed to happen, though, right? I mean,
I agree. Yeah, definitely.
You've been in the part of the AC community and franchise a lot longer than me. So you've been there through the highs and the lows, and then the RPG era come in, and Origins. Oh, we loved Origins. Mirage. Yeah, Mirage was cool, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, what's gone on? And at the end of the day, the thing with the Me Too and the Ubisoft, I mean, I remember reading up about them practices, and I was like, really? Was it that bad? Like, which it was. And now it's like, well, everything does need to be stripped, because what they were doing wasn't working. And people like Stockholm and other studios shutting down. 2,000 jobs are going to go there. People inside Ubisoft, developers have had enough. They're openly looking for positions on LinkedIn, as we're led to believe from Tom Henderson. Yeah, things aren't great right now, but at the end of the day, how it has been for a good number of years wasn't working. So a new investor's come in, an absolute big boy in the game, one of the biggest, and it's probably gone, tear that up, let's do this. This is the way we're going forward.
Yeah.
And it's just, you watch. Resynced will be an absolute game changer. And I honestly believe they'll take the certain risks they need to with Hexa.
So talking about Resynced, with the rumours going wild right now, and social media accounts are hinting at it very heavily, what are your thoughts about Black Flag getting a remake over any other game in the franchise? And what do you think they need to do to make it a better game? Now, I know you haven't played the original, but
I've done a lot of research. So I think is this. Black Flag's a good opportunity for them to implement certain assets from Skull and Bones, which I mentioned. That's going to save them a lot of development time and money.
Yeah.
It might be that Black Flag is easier to develop with the new Anvil engine than maybe the older games. I'd love to see a remake from bottom up, by the way. I would love to see them redo all of them. But right now, with Black Flag, I'd say it's probably easier to turn into a bit of an RPG, which is what I believe they're going to do. So what I would like to see on it is, if the modern day's not good in it, I mean, depends what side of the fence you sit on. I don't really have any say in that because I've not played it. But if I can go by what I've heard that it's not good, then fair enough, cut it out. They're apparently bringing back that lost segment. What's her name? Is it Mary?
Mary Reed.
Mary Reed.
Yeah. They're like, that's going to be like an extra 4-hour segment around her. That's great. If we've got this dynamic weather system and we've got more flushed out graphics and all of the other stuff that's going to come with a remake. Mary Reed, that's it. I think that's all they need to do.
Fill in the gaps. And you are right, there were a lot of things. Like, I think they wanted a more expansive script, but they did have to cut bits. And the interesting thing is Darby McDevitt is part of Ubisoft still, and there will be writers who were involved in the original Black Flag project. They'll have the original drafts and everything. They just need to pad out all the gaps, because a lot of people say, oh, you're barely an assassin in Black Flag until right at the end, but there's tons of stuff. Like, for example, in the book Assassin's Creed Black Flag, it might be the Black Flag novel, actually, Edward encountered Templars before going to I don't want to spoil it, Higgs, but like basically Edward encountered Templars without realizing they were Templars, because they were all like where he was from at home. So he goes off and sees them in the world ruining things, and then he goes back home and they're there. Like, his hometown is being destroyed by them. So his whole life they've been influencing things, and he's he's like coming back home and taking them out there as well. He's off. There's a comic book. Edward's over in China doing things. He's traveling the world. I think he goes to Masyaf at one point. Edward goes like adventuring for years and years, and there's so many Edward stories that are like canon or semi-canon that they could really incorporate into this to make the assassin part of it feel more relevant and more prominent, because I think that's a big criticism of Black Flag. It's right at the end, but it would be cool to see more like assassin moments in the game and to show the full transition from pirate to assassin. But they could pad this out and easily make it the biggest pirate game out there, because other than Skull and Bones, I can't really think of a big competitor to Black Flag. They never made like a Disney. Right. There's no like Disney Pirates of the Caribbean game.
Sea of Thieves, maybe.
Sea of Thieves, right. But people are still interested in this topic, and this could be huge. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with it, and I am excited for it. To be fair,
I am. It's massive. I mean, Zeph done a post a little while ago, and it got over 1 million impressions. I think it was 3 million impressions it got. It was like it just popped off. That's how big a Black Flag is. The company need a win right now, and they need a win real bad. And Resynced would offer them much needed room to breathe within the community and the gaming world as a whole. If they nail Black Flag, that's great press. Players are happy for however long. They're like, okay, if they saw this improvement in Black Flag Resynced, then that's going to bring confidence up. Then that just leads to everything else. Like
I'll call it right now. Someone's going to leak Black Flag Resynced in the next 2 or 3 months to boost morale and confidence in Ubisoft. And before I was talking about Man United, they're at a real low point. Obviously, they've won the last 2 games, but they did sack their manager recently. And it's funny because I listened to a commentator about Man United, and he's like, right, what they're going to do now is they're going to boost morale and things by leaking the kits. And I've gone on Facebook today, and the kits for next season have leaked, and it's like this is like the standard like play for any company that's failing is right, give them hope for the future. And I tell you right now, someone at Ubisoft or even Tencent will make the decision to post a picture from Black Flag. All of a sudden, all the news articles, we're covering it, content creators, and it's a different perspective. The conversation changes, the narrative changes.
I think as well that's it's coming, and that's a good point. Probably something will get leaked, but in development, 12 months is not a long time at all. I would not be surprised if Ubi or Tencent are just like, do you know what? Let's just put a little minute 30-second trailer out there. Like let's just do that. I mean, 12 months. Up until the end of March 2027 is not long at all. They've definitely got the game, like if it is true, which it looks like it is, and it's definitely nearly done. So I think they'll start putting stuff out there, and content creators will be getting emails and stuff like that. It's it's gaming for you. I don't know. Yeah, they just need a win. But
James,
the future's bright.
You're obviously not a fan of Black Flag.
No, I'm absolutely
not. How would you make Black Flag? Because obviously I was mentioning Edward not being an assassin for too long. So how would you improve Black Flag?
I think we've talked about it before. I think I 100% agree that he needs more. We need more of him as an assassin. This is one of the glaring issues with the game. But earlier on, you said that everyone, not everyone, but people have always criticized that part. I don't think they have. I think they've only just really started to understand that actually you criticize all of the RPG games for having an assassin, having a protagonist that isn't an assassin, and then you go and say that your favorite game is Black Flag, and it has all the same problems as the RPG games, but you don't want to admit it because you remember it being so great and being so fantastic. So I would make him an assassin more. It's really difficult, but I would also make the map smaller. I hated going from island to island. It was really boring. I'd much rather have a big, massive. I know you can't do this in Black Flag, but I'd much rather have a big, massive map where I can run across with my horse, or some easier way of doing it. The ship movement in Odyssey was a lot better than it is in Black Flag. So I'd probably make the map slightly smaller, bring the islands closer together. Or
how about making the ship faster and at least
make the ship faster, or if you can all, because you have in Black Flag a traveling speed. So when you get to full speed on the Jackdaw, you can then go even faster. But just make it a little bit faster, because there's so much. There's so much time wasted in between going from this island to this island.
And didn't they say they're making the map smaller?
I really hope they do.
I swear the leaks said they're making one of the leaks. I think it might have been that French magazine, Is You Sweet? Yeah.
If so,
they said they're making the map smaller. Yeah.
If so, that would be great. Make it smaller. Make it
with lots more things to do in it. That's what they said. I remember covering it. Yeah, they said they're going to make it smaller, but there's going to be less like downtime in terms of traveling. It's going to be like when you're on the ship going into land, it's going to be instant. There's no loading screens or nothing. It's just pure gameplay.
Perfect. That for me will be great. Yeah, give me Edward more as an assassin. Also, I've always said that Black Flag, I've done an article for the ones who came before, that it's almost like the prototype of the RPG games. And I want them to lean into that more. I don't want you to be circling around the edge of, is this an RPG or not? Give me a full RPG. Give me a pirate where I can change all of my outfits. Give me customization. Give me all these things that you teased. Just lean into it more. Give it what it needs to be. I wholeheartedly want to like Black Flag. I just can't bring myself to do so. And it's really difficult, because the amount of grief I get for it is crazy.
Yeah, but you're perfect then, aren't you? Because that's what Black Flag Resynced aims to do. Black Slag.
Just so everyone knows, that's what I will be calling it from now on. That is it. That is what I will be calling it from now on.
Black Slag Resynced.
Yeah, yes. Perfect. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's their opportunity to get someone like you on board, isn't it? You know?
Yeah. And this is for me. Like, if they do the remake and it is fantastic, it's not going to change my opinion of the original. It would just mean, to me, this game is completely different. It's a completely different game. It's not like I'm replaying the remake of Oblivion, which is essentially the same game, just better graphics.
Yeah.
It's a completely different, give me something completely different. If you're calling it resynced, not a remake, not a remaster, and it's something completely different, then lean into it completely different. I want a different game.
Yep. Very good. And final discussion point you've written here, James.
So
these are the comments.
So this is part of my thing that I posted on X about the X community right now, but also while I was watching the Xbox Direct, like the chat was moving so fast. There was so many people watching it, but if your eyes are good enough, you can see every now and then there'll be a comment pop up. This is boring. This is slop. This is rubbish. This is crap. This is this. Why are we doing this? This is rubbish. This is boring. And then I go on to X, and it's the same thing, especially with the Fable and like stuff going on with Fable right now. It's like, why have we got POCs? Why have we got this? Why are we doing this? Why are we not doing this? This is rubbish. Nobody cares. This is bad. This is slop. This is rubbish. It's like, when did gamers become, not just gamers, but when did people in general reach this certain level of disdain for new games and new things and new ideas? And why is it exactly? Noah says Fable is woke. What? If anyone's played the old Fables, they'll know that it's this being woke isn't a new thing. This has been around for a while. This is
Oh mate, I've
the
seen
amount.
some people.
I just can't deal with it anymore.
I've seen people moaning about Fable and the humour, and I'm just like, oh, go away.
Yeah,
like that's British humour, man. Like, you rich twat.
yeah,
I tell you what happened, James. I'll tell you what happened. People started becoming so unhappy with how their life was, they started projecting outwards. And as gamers, what they do now, if you're enjoying something, they hate the fact that you're genuinely enjoying something. So what they do is try and put you down and come down to their level. And that's all they do. They hate the sheer fact that you can play a female character in a game. They hate the sheer fact that you're okay with that. They've got these certain agendas which aren't helped. They look up to these certain content creators, and it's just all of these testosterone-filled young men, and they just get so like they're just frustration so pent up, and they're just not happy people, man. And that's what happens.
It's just constant. Even as we were doing the pre-show before you joined, we were both looking at like I was looking at X, Cole was looking at stuff to catch up on things, and even as I was looking, it was just negativity upon negativity. There's nothing to be good, like nice about. Like, I love Fable. I love the fact that if you kill Dave the Giant at the beginning of the game, his body stays there for the entirety of the game, and his body will affect pricing areas of houses in the area.
So you've got an actual representation of your choice.
Yeah,
that lingers in a video game. Yeah. The reason why people moan, mate, is because they just they feel, like I say, they're just so upset with themselves and these, I don't know, forced agendas or whatever.
Yeah.
They need to project. It's all well and good not liking something. Everything's subjective. Like, you might not like a certain thing in life, and you might feel, oh, that's in a video game. But I mean, there might be some points. The last Dragon Age, there was a character in that, and I was personally a bit like, what's this about? But just don't play it. I don't know. I don't know. I think it's become like I say, social media has given people a gateway now to just like sift all of their anger onto and do certain things that, let's be real, they just wouldn't do in real life.
Yeah, it's this negativity that we see constantly from certain creators that it just makes being somewhere,
because it fuels
as a hard
it's clicks. Yeah, so us having a nice, if we sat here now and we was giving out hot take after hot take after hot take, and then it'll get repurposed on the internet, and it'll get tons of clicks, because that's what grifting does. It feeds into that. It's fuel for that fire for the younger generation, and unfortunately, that's just the way it is at the minute. And I think that will change eventually. I really do. I mean, you only had to see it with Yasuke, really, innit? Like, look at all that. Like, oh, Black Samurai. All right, well, go and do some research, mate, and you actually find out there was a Black Samurai called Yasuke. Why does it have to be in a game? Well, why not? In my opinion, he had a better story than Naue. We actually got to fight some Templars part of his story. It was well good. Like, but people just they just want to project, mate. You know, life's hard at the minute. Cost of living affects us all, and politics, which we won't get into. But I'm just saying, like, and then social media is a way for them to project. And if they see that you're happy playing a game, for instance, that they don't like, they're going to tell James, "Oi, James, you're I don't even know. What do they call you now? If you like something, I don't even know.
I don't even. So the amount of times that we've been called, I don't know about Cole, but the amount of times I've been called in my comments like a Ubi lover, and shield.
I've been called a shield and a Ubi lover.
No, I just like what I like. It's not an issue. It's not a problem. I'm not telling you that you can't hate this, but why do you feel the necessary need to spout absolute rubbish? I saw
they're not intellectual enough to have criticism, constructive criticism. Like us three don't need to agree on everything in the podcast. You don't like Black Flag, James.
Yeah.
I mean, Black Slag, sorry. But it's but you put your point across in a way that's fine. We can have a debate. That's what we can have a debate. Them types of people can't have debates because they don't know how to.
This is the thing. It's not just games either. It's like films. It's
everything.
Anything that doesn't fit their mindset, they just attack and then move on. And there are these YouTubers and content creators who are fueling it and almost like directing these people. Because like they'll raid a Twitch stream, they'll raid a YouTube comments. I'm thinking Star Wars when they revealed Finn as a stormtrooper, and they were just there in the comments the whole time. And then Andor as well. Like whatever it is, they're not even fans of that franchise. They just want to make their opinion known that they disagree with the way this is going. And we sometimes get them in the chat here, like they're everywhere, hidden. And whenever social media is involved, it gives them the confidence to come out of the woodwork, and they come together in droves and massive units, and they're everywhere. And there's definitely like racist undertones to it as well. And they just attack one project and then move on to the next. And that's how they live their lives. They are just out there, like moving from project to project. And I don't know what they gained from it. I think it's really sad, to be honest. Like, I mean, they do everything they can to cancel projects before they come to fruition. Yeah, Nikki says keyboard warriors. Absolutely. But
they get a sense of they get a sense of accomplishment, mate. That's what I'm saying. They feel so bad within themselves that they need to mirror that out to the world, and a social media gives them a risk-free platform to do so. Because let's be real, if they started coming up to your face and saying, "Boy, you Ubi shield, you piece of whatever," they wouldn't.
I agree. It's just. I don't know, it just makes everything you can't enjoy anything these days. Like, I wanted
you
to sit there.
You can.
If you can.
If you get a negative comment on this podcast, thank you very much for your engagement. Ta-da. At the end of the day, we're in the same game as them grifters, but we're just on the better side of the fence.
Yeah.
We're having good debates. We're having good discussions, positivity. We're just talking about the stuff that we love and enjoy, and we're having a good time doing it. Over 2 hours and 20 minutes on a podcast, just vibing and chatting about a franchise that we all love. We've had a good debate, good discussion. Cole's even feeling a bit more positive about you.
I was going to say,
going forward.
Cole feeling positive is crazy.
That's what I mean. We're just doing what they're doing, but we're just on the flip side of it. If you get engagement from this on your YouTube, on your TikTok live streams, if it's negative, fair enough, but it's engagement. You don't need you have the good thing about it is you have the option to not reply and just move on. Yeah, no,
especially when on Twitter, I don't really do overly much on Twitter, but it's just like you said, you commented and were like just mute them and block them, or like get rid of it and remove it from your timeline or what have you. And you do that, and you just end up. I find that's all I end up doing is just there's so many that you just end up removing.
Well, I mute words. So what I do is I go into my settings and I mute words. So anything like anti-woke, shill. I've just muted the word slop because I found myself saying the word slop, and I was like, oh my god, I hate the word slop.
Yeah, slop.
So, I just mute my mute list, but that takes 30 seconds. But what that does, it cleanses the palette of your timeline. And now I must admit, after putting in the effort, 95% of my content, my timeline for you page is about stuff that I enjoy.
Oh, nice.
And I don't see the negative comments because I've probably muted them or muted the word associated with their comment anyway. And it's.
It was just.
Even if you post something, James, and you're like, oh, I don't know, like even if you're like, I can't be bothered, just put it to who can reply, like people that follow you or you follow, like just there's ways around it. But when it comes to your live streams and the podcast and stuff, if You must care enough to take the time to comment, and thank you for the engagement.
Yeah, we've had this comment we've had people comment a few times on especially on YouTube. We've had a couple of people go like, nobody cares about Ubisoft. Like, clearly you do, because it's on your timeline. It's appeared on your homepage.
Yeah.
So you care enough to hate.
They're also jealous that you have got a passion and an enjoyment in a franchise that you can go live every Sunday and chat about for a couple of hours. They don't have that. Yeah. They're not the one talking to guests and co-hosts and community. They don't have that because they're incapable of having that. It's probably a bit of jealousy in there as well.
Well, that for me, this little section, even though it's not Assassin's Creed related, has made me feel better about the situation, because when I posted on Twitter, I was like, I just can't do this anymore.
Yeah, I've got a real positive energy about you, Higgs. We love it because we've needed that the last 2 weeks. I've definitely been on a bit of a decline in terms of mood because of the news and everything. And yeah, it is nice to feel a bit more upbeat. And actually, I had a really nice writing. We move on to the community interactions section. That ties in nicely to what we've just been saying. I've been talking about the negative side of community interactions, but this is the more positive side. I got a personal message on Discord from someone called The Mentalist, who messaged me saying, I know you're stepping away from the ones that came before, but will you ever return after? Big fan, by the way. So just to clarify, I'm stepping away from the ones that came before on a hiatus for 6 months, starting the 1st of March, and I will be back the 1st of September. So it is only for 6 months, and it's to allow me and my partner to have a bit of an internet-free space with newborn baby, and just to not focus on content creation the whole time, just be more present in the moment. So yes, I will be back. Thank you for watching the show. Really nice message to receive. It means you obviously like what I'm doing and what James is doing as well. So that was really nice. And yeah, back to where we were with negative interactions. I had a bit of backlash, which sort of came out of nowhere. Basically, the social media team, so Zephyrus and the guys, posted that 1 year ago, I had the opportunity to work with Ubisoft to get early access to Assassin's Creed Shadows, same as many content creators, and soon I would be playing the game. So it was basically just like 1 year ago, Cole had access. And then someone called Reed, I won't dox him and reveal full name, but Reed said he did a terrible review. My review sparked an actual update that made it more interesting. She truly moves like a ninja now, and she can counterattack. So, first of all, Reed, thank you for your comment. You say I did a terrible review of Assassin's Creed Shadows. I actually did a team review. So I added my bits along with the rest of the team, and we produced a team review as a group. And now that you've said he did a terrible review, I'm starting to think you've never read it. And the fact that this guy has put my review sparked an actual update. Well, I looked on his profile and I couldn't find any website, any YouTube channel connected with it. I couldn't find anything. So unless anyone can provide the actual link, then I'm not sure. And the other thing is, even though you comment on something, you can't know that your comment about something sparked Ubisoft to change it. Do you know what I mean? Unless you sit down with Ubisoft and tell them something, like I regularly do on video call or in person, how do you know that what you've said is actually making a difference? Do you know what I mean? You can't say my review did this, because for all we know, millions of people have said this and they've listened, but I just think it's a mad thing to say with no actual backup. I'd love to know where the review is that changed it, because I can't think of it off the top of my head. But yeah, thank you for your comment. And yeah, just a mad take. And a few of us were a bit surprised by this one, considering we all worked, about 7 of us on the review for. But yeah, maybe that shows a bit more of. You mentioned jealousy before. Maybe there's a bit of that mixed in with this
absolutely.
comment.
Reed is definitely jealous he didn't get an invite.
100%. I agree.
And so that's how I flip it, mate. That's with my positive tone. I uno that, and I'm just like, okay, why are you so mad? Oh, I got invited to an event Where was you?
Where was you? I didn't see
Ubisoft,
you there. Yeah.
where was you? You weren't respected enough to get invited to an event and play the game early, the second best game in the selling game in the franchise. You know, you were there, Carl. So yeah, props to you, mate. Like,
Thank
whatever,
you,
man. Whatever, Reed.
But
You didn't go there, did you? Stick it.
yeah, so a nice positive and just one of them.
Life's tough for us all, innit? You know, I mean, when I first came on the podcast, we spoke about mental health issues and stuff, and you know, we all go through them. I'm digging out of mine now, and blah blah blah. But yeah, like at the end of the day, this is an escape for us all, isn't it? This gaming, Assassin's Creed franchise, like, dude, being on it's a blessing, man. Like being able to discuss stuff and do what we all do, which is create content for a franchise that we love. F the haters, man.
Perfect. That's it. Been great. And the final section, James is going to lead because we had a write-in from a fan, but it wasn't expanded upon. So James has actually written a version of how this time period could look. So this is our pitching on Assassin's Creed section.
So this was our pitching and Assassin's Creed section. We actually had a comment on Twitter of a fan saying that they'd written a pitch and could we talk about it on the podcast? I was like, yep, send me what you've written and we'll talk about it for sure. Had nothing back, spoken to Cole about it. And then yesterday I tried to find the account to see where this, like if I could message them and go, do you have the link or whatever? Couldn't find it anywhere. Twitter's saying that this account has been suspended. So what I've decided to do is take a brief snippet of what they said and just run with it myself. So we were talking, basically the pitch for today is a early 13th century Mongolian Assassin's Creed. Now, I've also tried to tie this into Assassin's Creed lore that we do know. So the Mongol world, before and during its explosive unification, we would have nomadic camps, sacred mountains. We'd have Silk Road cities, conquered capitals stitched together by speed, belief, and fear. So the protagonist would be Krulan Kal. Now, in Assassin's Creed, we know that this person actually assassinated Genghis Khan.
Yeah, Genghis. Yeah.
So this is why I've picked this person to be the main protagonist. They were a fictional Mongolian warrior. They're very loyal, disciplined. So historically, the Mongol society valued merit over birth. They were very loyal to the Khan, which outweighed their loyalty to their tribe. And they were fierce warriors. So Kulan, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but they would believe in the Mongol unification. So there wouldn't be an assassin to start off with. There would be an assassin after. The mentor would be Darim, who is the son of Altair. So we know that he goes east. So we would have an heir of Altair, but no Altair himself. It would give us reason for Darim being in the east. He's tracking a powerful piece of Eden, observing the rising force of Templar influence in the east, and questioning whether Altair's reforms can survive in a world that is so vast and so brutal. He would train our protagonist to not only kill and do what is necessary, but also to watch from afar. Obviously, our antagonist would be Genghis Khan. He unified fractured tribes through law, vision, and belief. He allowed religious freedom, but demanded total obedience. He created unity without borders or crowns. So in Assassin's Creed terms, I've decided that this is going to be Genghis Khan wields a piece of Eden that amplifies loyalty and conviction, turning belief into an unstoppable weapon, not mind control, not domination, but absolute certainty. He believes that unity will end suffering in the world and history will prove him right. So that was my little, about an hour I took to get that all together and get it right. So what do you guys think?
That'd be really cool. I really liked Darim in Assassin's Creed Revelations. I thought it was a really poignant moment with obviously Altair going into the library. So it'd be nice to see his legacy expanded a bit more. I also like I think Genghis Khan features in a comic book for Assassin's Creed, and there's a little bit known about him as well in the files. I think it's in the Codex files. So yeah, it'd be really cool to see that come to life and his assassination. That'd be cool. And yeah, it'd be nice to see Altair's teachings move across the world and how they can sort of survive, like you say there, James. I think that'd be really interesting.
I love the sound of that, mate. I think that would be really, really good. Anything to do with Mongols, Ghost of Tsushima or Tsushima. Oh, that was a great one, fighting the Mongols. But hey, if anyone from Ubisoft watches this, tap James up, man. Jesus,
tap me up. I've had a few good ideas, and we've done quite a few good writings. So
imagine an AC game where we're fighting Genghis Khan, mate.
Yeah.
Cool. I mean, he had like over 1,000 children as well, so he would literally have an army of his own heirs coming at you.
So I'm pretty sure that 5% of the known population in the world is related to Genghis Khan. Yeah, it's somewhat crazy like that.
It's mental.
Yeah,
that is interesting. In the next section, James, you mentioned Darren becoming the mentor as well, and that is just like replicating what his dad became, Altair. So that's really cool.
So we don't know much about Darren. That I could remember anyway. So we know that
Altair had another son as well, didn't he? He had Seth and Darren, I believe.
So Seth as well.
Seth was executed, but off screen. I'm sure Seth was executed, if I remember right, and Darren was the one who moved across.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
Yeah, so I thought that would be a way of us going back and seeing. I had the idea of using Desmond's DNA in some way that would be able to go back, and instead of going back to Altair, we would go back to another form of his DNA. We could see it through Darren's eyes or a different way.
I think that'd be really good. Really good.
I might have to add this to my article writing, Cole, because I've got a gunpowder plot one to write as well. So we could add the Mongol one.
No, that sounds good. I'm just reading about Altair's other son, which is really brutal. It says in 1217, Altair, Maria, and Darren left for Mongolia to assassinate Genghis Khan, though Seth elected to remain in Masyaf to take care of his wife and 2 daughters. 8 years later, the assassin Abbas staged a coup to defeat and take control of the order for his own benefit. And it says Abbas had his spy, Swami, a feeble-minded apprentice, stabbed Seth to death in his bed. So that is ruthless. So Altair's son was actually killed by an assassin. So that could be going on like off screen while that'll be like the first time Altair was over there. But obviously we know that Genghis Khan was taken out at a later date because he was just such a force. He was moving across the world, destroying, pillaging. But yeah, it could be interesting to show Altair and his sons in maybe like flashbacks and then go to like the present of the timeline we spoke of there and show like Darren as the mentor. So a bit like reflecting on like Ezio, looking at like his life, like if you were to do like flashbacks from Revelations to AC2, like the time jump, the voice change and everything, you could do like Darim as a young man with his dad learning how to be an assassin, and then in the main game like implementing it. This would work really well for the platform we've got now, you know, the Animus Hub.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do we call it now? Do we call it Animus Hub still?
Oh no, it's called the
Waste of time.
Yeah. What do we call it now? You know what I'm talking about, though, like the overarching. Yeah, with something like that, it'd be cool to maybe have like something shorter like this, like shorter Assassin's Creed projects. Like, yeah, it's interesting though. I like the idea, and it like Higgs said, it'd be really cool to see Genghis Khan and the force that he was, because we know how brutal he was, but it would be interesting to see how the assassins take him down.
You could also have, I'm pretty sure that, is it Marco Polo? I'm pretty sure he met one of the Khans. I'm pretty sure he might be later date, but I'm pretty sure that Marco Polo met Khan. So you could even have him as one of the like historical characters that pops up and talks to, that they use Marco's merchant caravans or something as a secret base or something like that.
That'd be really cool. I like the sound of that. Because wasn't there rumored to be like an Aztec Empire one in the works?
I still hear about an Aztec rumored one every so often. I keep seeing it just pop up somewhere.
Yeah. See, but this is what we mean, yeah? Take a risk like with that. Let's go and fight again. Like, take risks with the franchise. Like, it'll pay off, absolutely. If they do that though, James, you want to get some royalties in on that.
Yeah, I said it here first, guys. So this is me. But you're playing through Brotherhood right now, and in Brotherhood you got the Sanctuary. So you've got the six. You've got the 6 statues that you have to unlock to get the Altair armor. Is it Brotherhood?
No, that was in AC2.
Oh, yeah. So either one. There's 6 statues. Each statue tells you who they are and who they killed.
Yep.
That's 6 games right there for you. Already written. They're already there. Just go make them. That's literally it.
Yep.
So just for everyone at home, there is actually a comic book where Altair moves across to Mongolia to assassinate Genghis Khan. He doesn't do it himself, but he leads the ambush on him. So it's himself, Altair, Maria's there, the assassin you mentioned, Kalen Gal, and Darim as well. And they shoot him when he's on a horse with a crossbow bolt. And then Darren provides the killing blow. So it's sort of like a team effort between all of them. But it's called Assassin's Creed Reflections, Altair. So it is, but it'd be cool to see like something along these lines like come to fruition. And I liked your pitch, by the way, James, and I do like the idea of Darim. Maybe once Genghis Khan's out the way, you could have Darim facing one of his sons, for example, rather than the Khan himself, because he'd already be dead at this point in terms of the established timeline. But yeah, it's a cool idea, and I like the idea of reflecting on his dad's teachings and also showing the influence that he had across the world. Because, as we know, Altair's version of the Assassins is adopted pretty much worldwide. Like no longer having like a fixed position, like stronghold, because that can be attacked. And then if all the Assassins are killed within that, then the Assassins are dead. But if you've got an ideology that spreads across the world, then it can't be destroyed.
Yeah. But I also like the idea of, so it's something that I think would be an interesting mechanic to implement, is that Genghis Khan and the Mongols were very horseback. So they're some of the best horseback riders known in in history. Imagine if we got actual proper mounted horseback combat, and even a step further, if you could assassinate somebody from horseback.
That's cool.
You know when you could crouch on the horse and then ride up alongside them, and then you could hit the assassination button and you jump from one horse to another. I think that would be pretty.
That'd be
cool.
That'd be good.
So here you go, Ubisoft. This is your moment right now. Listen, take notes. I'll send it.
Did you have any more notes on this one? We'll turn this into either a video or an article after, because this is a great idea, James. And did you have any final thoughts on the Mongolia idea?
Not really. I just think that it's such a good time period, and Genghis Khan is objectively one of the most morally grey characters throughout history. So it would be great to see it through the eyes of trying to stop him, because he's got ISU tech and he's trying to dominate the world and all these things, when in actual fact he could potentially just be trying to save somebody or whatever it might be. So I really like this idea, and even though this wasn't the idea that was potentially pitched to us, I actually like this idea quite well, and I like to think that in an hour I did quite well. Give me a bit more time, I could probably flesh it out a bit.
I've just thought of a mad law explanation for why he's got so many children. What if he's trying to provide a body for an Isu
sage?
Basim with the mentality, but the more you know what I mean, like a sage. Maybe he's trying to have a sage son or something. Mm-hmm. So the more children he has, the more chances he has of one being reborn into that body or something. Because obviously you've got Basim with Loki, you've got Odin with Eivor, and maybe he's trying to have his own to give them Isu weapons because they know how to unlock the potential of them or something.
That'd be pretty.
That'd be pretty good. That'd be so good.
Write it down.
So before we finish, Higgs, is there any setting that you would like to see an AC game? So we've talked about Scotland, we've talked about Australia, we've talked numerous times about Aztecs. So is there any particular point in history that you would like to see an AC game?
Yeah, well, I was just going to say the Aztecs. I love the Aztec Empire. I think I'm fascinated by it. I would love to see that game, to be honest. That would be amazing. I saw when I went to Mexico, I visited what are they called now? Bloody hell!
Is it
Chichiriya?
Chichen Itza. Yeah. That was a mad experience. I love all that, and
that's cool.
I just love everything about that time period.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that.
So would it be a linear game? Would it be
definitely a linear? Would you a good linear game? Yeah. Don't worry about no big RPG open. Actually, no. I've probably shot the gun too early on that. I don't know, because it depends timeline and world. I think if you're going to create something you've just pitched, you've got a massive open world, Mongolian Empire. I think you probably would have to do a bit of a bigger RPG game. Depends. So maybe with the Aztec era, you'd probably have to do a kind of a big map, turn it into RPG. But in terms of sort of no, definitely RPG. I think, but Aztec for me. I definitely want to see that game.
So, would you have it around the Spanish Inquisition? So
Spanish Inquisition, So when they
come, Spanish would be Templars, would they?
Yeah, they absolutely would be Templars. I mean, we could do a Wild West Assassin's Creed if we want to as well.
I see. We've talked about this before, and I don't think we could.
No,
because America is so vast and so big, right? That while the Wild West was going on, the east of America wasn't so wild. They had electricity, they had fax machines, they had cars. And then in England, while the Wild West was going on, we had Assassin's Creed Syndicate. So I don't think that I don't know if you could have it so contained. Maybe. I don't know.
It's a game. It's a game. We can do anything we need to.
That's fair.
The cowboys are the Templars, and we're just the Indians going about assassinating them, man. Like,
and you're going to buy it.
That'd be great. Yeah. Colonel Custer as a Templar, that would be brilliant.
Why not?
I just think there's so many different time periods that you could have, and at any point.
I still love that. You know, the concept they were floating around of the KKK Assassin's Creed that got cancelled.
Oh, see,
that would have been so good.
But you could do anything. You could do anything like that. Yeah.
That would have been brilliant.
If they did the KKK one, could you imagine what Twitter would be like?
Yeah.
It would be absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I'd just have to delete the app and just get rid of it. I'd be like, I can't do this right now.
No, you just mute all the words and it'll just be us chatting to each other, and we don't need to worry about the Twitter lot. How dare you kill off the KKK? That's what
how dare you?
How dare you kill off the Triple K? You can't do that. You can't do that.
It's cool because it sort of replicates like the Order of Ancients as well, you know, with the masks and the Grand Wizard status, and it's just the same as like the Cult of Cosmos, you know, with the ranking. So it works well. Taking them down one by one, unmasking them, so satisfying. You could, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word, but you could use the rope dart to hang them from trees, so it'd be like the reverse of what they would do to people at the time.
Yeah,
you know, like I'm thinking like Basim did with his first target, like the pull with the rope. How satisfying would it be to do that to members of this group, like as a black assassin as well?
But you know how
and so just to boil their piss a little bit more, I'd have Yasuke coming in as well.
But do you know when we were talking about Syndicate a couple of months ago, we said that most of the characters in Syndicate are made up characters. They're not real characters, because some of the characters, the people that would have been alive at the time, their family members are still alive, so they couldn't get permission or whatever. Do you reckon that would be the same issue that they would have now?
Yeah.
Like if we had no members of the KKK, and then
we're talking like 1800s, 1900s.
Yeah, there'd definitely be people
in that, like, back end.
Yeah,
I reckon they'd have to make up their own.
It's okay.
It's a video. It's fine. I mean, I love Assassin's. One of the best things I love about Assassin's Creed is the actual real life characters that are in the game, and it's great. Yeah. You can still do that. Hey, you can't get permission for some long lost relative of a Triple K member. Who cares? We're still putting them in. We're not going to call them by their name, but who cares? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Video games have really like gone in hard on Nazis and had them as the villains, but they never really do it with the KKK. I mean, look at like Wolfenstein. That's
Wolfenstein. Let's get an Assassin's Creed.
Or even like the Man in the High Castle TV series. Things like that exist, but they never really do it with this time period. So that would have been really good. So maybe Ubisoft under new management, they'll consider these riskier storylines.
I hope they do. I hope they sit down and watch Inglourious Bastards with Brad Pitt and think, do you know what? Let's get an AC game with that. Let's do it, Erin. Let's do it.
Let's go for it.
Us normal folk would love it. I mean, if anything, at least you'd be able to do a blocking fest on X.
I think what they should do in the KKK one is it should be a female protagonist,
right,
who was a slave and is free, because that would really send them into overdrive. That would really drive them absolutely insane. That would be brilliant.
So like an Evelyn style character.
Yeah, if she could be a total boss woman, that would be great. That would be even better.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate.
Oh,
God.
Wrap us up, James. Wow, we've been going nearly 3 hours.
Oh, 3 hours. That's
great show, guys. Thanks for having me back on. I'll
Thanks for great to
always
have you
come
back.
on, by the way. I'll
Thanks for
always,
having me.
whenever you want me on, just let me know. I'll love to come back on again. I love it.
That's great because obviously, with Cole going on his hiatus soon, I am looking for more guests to come on. So I am looking at when I can fit people in and do things. So that would be great.
Mate, if you ever want me to come and hang out with you, James, just let me know.
I just want to say, before I do the closing segment, I didn't know about you until you were on the show the first time. And since I've known you being on the show, you've been amazing. You've been brilliant. We've spoken about you gave me help with my YouTube channel, all these different things, and we've spoken on Discord and all sorts. And I just want to say it's really refreshing to see. I said it to you, but it's really refreshing to see someone inside the community offering such valuable information and being so kind and generous with your time and stuff. It's brilliant to see. I appreciate it.
No problem. And any time, mate. That goes for anyone, man. Like any time. It's not a problem. We need a bit more positivity in our lovely world of gaming.
We do.
Assassin's Creed. So I ain't got no problem leading that charge.
I appreciate it. So that is coming to the end of the show, guys. Thank you for everyone being here. We are now ranked on Google. You can find tons of episodes on YouTube, on Spotify. You can find all the episodes. TikTok, you can find shorts and all sorts. One of the other ways that you can support the show is by rating us on Spotify. Get involved in the comments on YouTube. Leave us comments on... I'm pretty sure you can leave comments on Spotify as well. Leave comments everywhere you can, and we will answer them. We will talk about them on the show. It's what we love to do, and that's why we're here. You can also get in touch via the Ones Who Came Before website page. So if you click on it, in the top right-hand corner, there's a little message bar. You can click on there and send us a message, and we'll talk about it on the show. On our next episode, episode 28, we're still waiting confirmation on our guest. But once they are announced and we can talk about it, we'll let you guys know, and we'll see where we go from there. Again, a massive thanks to everyone listening. Also, TikTok gifts have massively helped support us during 2025, and they will continue to help support the Ones Who Came Before during 2026, and we appreciate them, guys, to no end. Before we go, Higgs, where can people find you?
Well, you can find me over on X. I still think that's a Hangry Higgs, though. I don't know.
I think
Is
it
it
is.
Hangry Higgs? Or have I changed it to Higgs yet?
Oh, let's have a...
No, I'm Hangry Higgs. So Hangry Higgs. You can find me over on X, Hangry Higgs, and on YouTube at Higgs_GG. I'm uploading all the time on there. It's like 80-90% Assassin's Creed stuff, and I've just started doing a weekly gaming news roundup just to diversify a little bit. But no, it's been a pleasure, guys. Thanks for having me, and the comments.
Great to have you back, really nice. Higgs. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks for the nice comments as well. I appreciate that. Mate, I'll come on anytime, guys. I love the show. I think you do really good work within the community as well. So keep up the good work, guys. I'm glad to see the show's getting more traction now as well. It's really good to see.
I just wanted to point out that Nar said that we need more Higgs in the world, and the vibes have been great. And I agree, we need more people like Higgs in the world. That would be so much better. It's been a great episode. I appreciate spending 3 hours of your day and time with us. It's been brilliant. I've enjoyed talking to you both. It's been great. And we will all see you soon for next week's show. As soon as we know the guest, we'll let you all know. So good night and see you all soon.
See you later, guys. Take care, yeah.
See you later, guys.
Cheers, chat. Bye.